a perfect tournament for you so far. Any changes to your team today?
Yeah, we have two changes. We're already on the top, so we want to go to some chances to the other players as well.
Okay, good luck and have a good game.
Thank you.
Sammy, this is a must-win game for the Dallas Smashers, and you're coming up against one of the best teams in the tournament.
Yes. It's T20 Cricket. Everybody's equal on a new day, new game, so we're going to do our best to win this.
A big performance from Anderson yesterday. Are you expecting the others to step up?
Yes, we needed that lift after the first two games, but I think now we have the combination right, and those guys, I think they're ready to go.
Finally, any changes to your team?
Yeah, we have a few changes. We're going to play a couple of more spin bowlers, and we sit down a few pace bowlers.
All right, good luck. So there you have it, folks. LA Lions, they have won the toss, and we'll see some good cricket here pretty soon.
Well, welcome back, and now we're going to have the second match of the day. It's a triple header today, and we are going to be starting here with Mr. Darwin Powell. Running in, and they're getting off the mark. This one rules out to the long off position. Earlier at the toss, LA Lions, they just keep on winning. Winning matches, winning tosses. They would have called right and elected to bat first. So Powell again comes in, this one curling in the air and off the pitch. Or the batter gets off at mark. In similar fashion, gets the single. Powell, effort delivery. This one, the batsman is swinging, getting hit somewhere in the midriff. So that into the scorer's book. So 2 for no loss. Batter Suleiman, a century maker, and his bowler. So they are going neck and neck in terms of tally runs. Suleiman, I think, would have been ahead by a nose. Outside the off stump, and he's playing at one outside the off stump. Getting on the edge, going beyond the stumps. Powell thought he was in business. He's been getting early wickets, either in his first or in his second over. So let's see if he's going to be thrice time lucky. Umpire Moshed alongside umpire Charlie at square leg. Strikers umpire. This time he's playing into the offside. Cover gets in the way. And again can't score. Nice tidy over so far. 2 singles for the start and 2 dots, 3 dots, a hat trick of dots as a matter of fact. So I always like to search for the boundary riders, and we're having one in the deep point, one on the long off boundary. Ooh, this one's coming off the outer portion of the bat and knocked down there by the short third man. A ship is employed, slip. Over number 1 comes to an end, and just 2 runs coming from that over. A nice, decent over there bowled by Darwin Powell, former parliamentarian over there in Jamaica. Of course, he would have played for the West Indies at the highest level. And now he's showcasing his wares here in the 17th edition of the US Open. So this is match number 8. Dallas, the LA Lions have not lost a match. They've been 3 up, and they've put themselves in the winning column at all 3 occasions. Keep winning tosses and keep batting. So I can tell you, stand by your TV, stand by your radio, what have you, because we might be in for a treat this afternoon. We're going past 2 o'clock in our neck of the woods. So wherever you are in the world, we want to welcome you to the MAQ TV for all your viewers. And of course, those who are following on the Caribbean Global Voices radio listening, I want to say welcome. Don't forget the proceedings ends here on Saturday. That's when the curtain comes down. Be reminded it's a $300,000 tournament. So spin is going to be operating from the far end as bowls. Batter was Suleiman, was backing away, trying to cut. So the smashers, do I have a paper here for the smashers? Says number is 190. Mohammed is, you got it? IGA. What is his name? Mohammed IZA or something like that. Got it? So yesterday he would have replaced Brian Gale. This one is cutting to point, knocks it down. It was yes, no. In the end, he was returned to safety, sent back there by his partner, the non-striker. So end of a good over, as a matter of fact, a maiden over. So these 2 heavy lifters has find they going a bit on the heavy side at this point. 2 overs just for the 2 runs. First over just going for 2 runs, and now a maiden. We've seen another maiden. We've seen one already in this tournament, so this is the second of the tournament. We were almost on the verge of having a maiden wicket, but it got a single off the final ball. So I want to welcome, well, we're moments away from Lenny Archibald. And the third umpire in this match is going to be Delroy Festus-Lynn. Oh, this one is going to be a wide. That was a nonsense ball there from Darwin Powell, trying to pound this one into the turf. It dropped on the turf and went away Wicketkeeper still had to haul it in. Don't know what that was all about. Probably trying to make some inroads into this lineup. Oh, this one is cutting him in half. Loud appeal, and umpire Moshe says no. An all-man hand Kimbo. They're saying, what was that? But it was a naughty shot. You're not going to get it from the shot he played. Yes, he's normally a correct batsman and comes in, cutting him in half. He's looking back. And can't see any deflection from that replay. But either way, we don't have a replay upstairs for that. The replay is for the stumping or the run out. From time to time, the umpire might ask for some assistance. This one is stroking it nicely, splitting the extra cover and cover. Oh, nicely knocked down there by the cover sweeper. And I think that he was in a spot of bother there with those spikes going perilously close to his head. Welcome, Lenny, Archibald, and I want to welcome you to this, the second match. You were at the coin toss, and you might have a thing or two to tell us.
Yeah, we've seen a very good start from the Dallas Smashers. The way things have gone with the LA Lions, in the other games, they would have gone up to 35 by now. So just to restrict them to 6 runs so far, I think the Dallas Smashers have really come into their own. Darren Powell, we know he's played at the international level, and Mohamed Izaz. And so far, they've given you a good bowling performance. This is one of the hottest teams going around in the US Open in 2025. And at this juncture of the game, a lot of time, they got off to flyers in all the games today. Not the story.
Yeah, well, both century makers at the wicket. He's going after him down the ground. That's a lovely shot. Straight drive. It's going to be 4. It is 4. As Moshe sending the signal now. That's the umpire. And I think the commentator has woken up these batters. That's who we have come to know. He's using his feet, charging Mr. Powell. Guilty of over-pitching into the legs. And it was a lovely cricketing shot.
Yeah, that's the way this pair has gone out and bad. They've played fearless cricket, and look at that. That's a poor delivery. And straight down the ground again, the fielder coming around. A more better effort probably would have saved the boundary, but a couple of 4s off the bat of Suleiman Arabzai.
Yeah, he knocked it over the crossbar there. He got there, got his paws in it, and just boxed it over. So back-to-back boundaries, you would have woken the Lions. You must leave that lion in the cage. Lenny, you came and woke them.
Yeah, a couple of 4s, and all of a sudden, I was just making the point. They're off to a quiet start, but yeah, you're right. They heard me, and they decide, well, not quiet anymore. This over's gone for 13, and so the third over comes to an end in 16 without loss.
Yeah, we have a new captain in Summit. He was at the coin toss, and he's saying, well, the folks are motivated, well-rested, and ready to go, ready for a win to stay in the thick of things. Remember, 4 teams make it to the semifinals. We would have those on Friday. So we're still in the preliminaries. But the one team to have gotten to the top already is the red-hot LA Lions.
Yes, Ivor Henry, and you get the feeling a semi-professional unit, perhaps they'll call themselves a professional unit. They'll be going out here and they want to play and they want to win all the games, and it will be quite an achievement. The teams that win in 2025, if they can go on to win every single game, including the championship game, we don't know, but that will really be an achievement, as Arabzai and Hizbullah Durrani has really batted well at the top of the order. And they're up to 16 for no loss. Not one of the quickest start when compared to the other games, but still quick enough as the bowling will continue.
Well, it could be that they're slowing down. They're human after all. I don't think that they're going to run away with things and have things that easy. They have to work for something, and right now they've been made to work, but the last over produced well enough for them.
So Izaz will continue. We saw previous over was really a good one. And this one punched into the offside and gives the young man Hizbullah Durrani. And it's easy to pick out these players. You can always say they're part of the Centurion clubs because both of them have scored centuries in this tournament.
Yes, alongside Rizwan Chima to get in the triple figures. And I think that Anderson was a bit unlucky. He got to 85 not out in a winning cause.
Oh, look at that. Comes down and smashes this one straight to the side screen. And that is gone for a maximum.
Using his feet well, it got to the pitch, and away she goes. Remember, there's only 2 fielders can be outside of the 30-yard circle. One stationed at the wide long on, and one at the mid-wicket region, and hit one straight back over the bowler's head. No man can field behind the bowler's arm. Remember that? So that's one of the safest shots in cricket.
Yeah, lovely shot again from Durrani. He's really having a good series, and so is his partner, Arabzai. And Durrani this season, 31, 1 on 9, not out. And he got 32 in the last game. And when we did their game yesterday, Ivor Henry, we were making the point that if you can remove the top order, you're probably in for something. But we saw in the last match, the opener was kind of removed on the 50, I think. And they're still able to post 178, so take that.
Yes, and you were exposed. You exposed the middle order, and you yourself got exposed. You said, well, I wanted to see. Well, you saw.
Well, they were batting at 2 for 124. I didn't mean 124. I was talking about 2 for 19, 2 for 15, and see what happens.
Here he goes again. Well, well, well. You see one who's got a 15 this tournament, walking just below us, yes, swinging a miss. Keeper right up over the sticks, a tall man for keeper.
Yeah, we've seen the smasher team really spurred on by a big effort yesterday from Dietmar Anderson.
He batted really well. Going to be called upon again today, maybe.
Cut away into the offside. And we talked about once the ball beats the infield, it's a chase. It's a chase to the rope. And if you're not up for that task, well, it will go away for 4. Very fast outfield, as we have seen over the years. Oh, look at that. Smashed over the offside this time and got a long way. Gone for another 6.
Yes, using his feet again nicely. We'll have a look. And this time, the fielder in the long off position can only look up. Have a look. There he goes, using his feet. Up, up, up and away. Good camera work there. There we go. It's gone a long way. It's gone north, heading up to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's another lovely shot from a batsman in form, a batsman that is full of confidence. And this is going to be the problem for any team playing the LA Lions. Strong opening stand, not afraid to play shots. They've got the confidence to go with it. And Ivor Henry, so many times, if a batter has some good score under his belt coming into these matches, it counts for something. You come out, you play more confident, you know your areas in which you want to hit the ball.
Well, you hit the word. They're full of confidence. Even though the keeper is up over the bails, he used his feet. Didn't think about it twice. He said, this ball not going to pass me. I'm going to smash it. That he did.
So ball chopped into the offside, can't score.
Under edging it, and the ball just bubbles out to extra cover. So good comeback delivery, but he was going with an aggressive shot. Anderson. Yes, so Anderson spending some time in the pads, as he did yesterday. Like I say, he's a tall man. Batted really well yesterday in a winning cause. Really came down to the last ball. The smashes down Powell is coach and player. So he found himself on the park. We haven't seen him at bat yet, so I guess we see Rohan is not on the field, so he might be the batting sub. So he'll bat as he's taking his exercises beneath us here. Rohan, I guess he wants a big one. He expect that they're going to make a big score.
So Powell continues, ball into the offside. Suleiman picks up another run. And not too long ago we were talking about, they're off to a quiet start, but it's 30 on the board, already up to over 7 runs and over.
Yeah, these two guys are neck and neck for the highest aggregate. And I'm sure sooner or later we'll know how much runs they would have scored already in this tournament, in the preliminaries. Meat and drink here for him. Short of a length, and he's playing this one over the wide long on. Samit had not a chance. He's gone for 6.
Yeah, this is a big problem for any opposition. Whether they start slow or whether you get in a few early overs, but look at that. They're beginning to deposit these balls out of the playing area.
Yeah, he earned in length there. It was a back of a length, and it was a nothing delivery, really. And all he had to do was to extend his arms and pick his spot, and that he did. Now Samit, the skipper, is back on the long on boundary. Going after him again. He's getting not timing, but he's going to have enough legs to get to the boundary. There it goes. 4 more.
Yeah, 6 and 4 in consecutive balls. Darren Powell, we have seen in this series, gone for quite a few. And what we've seen in local cricket, Ivor Henry, the faster you come, sometimes faster you go.
Yep, that one getting the bottom part of the bat, but these heavy, big, thick bats, you miss it and they still go.
Yeah, and the fact is, Darren Powell, he's not bowling at full stretch. I think he's just ambling in and just seaming the ball rather than bowling at a little bit of tear-away pace as he's known for at the international level. That's a quicker one, but pulled and pulled well, gone for 6. Down the leg side, wrong line from Darren Powell and not to Hezbollah Durrani.
Yeah, this time again, he pounding the ball in the turf and getting up, and the batter was equal to the task. He swiveled and played a proper cricketing shot, pulled it, and they pulled it well and gone for 6. Remember, they started off with just 2 runs from the first over. Second over was a maiden. We thought things were going to be in a go slow. But then the freight train has left the train station.
Yeah, with all fairness, those are poor deliveries down the leg side, and then a couple of short ones that were dispatched on the onside.
Well, they still have to be hit, no matter how poor those deliveries are. I've seen some full tosses that should have gone lost ball, bringing up wickets. So we have to give the batters credit still.
So
His bowler's gone to 30. He has run away. They were going neck and neck with Suleiman, but he has cut him in half. Suleiman is on 15. His bowler is on 30.
yeah, they're off to a quick start all of a sudden now, going at almost 10 runs and over. And Darren Powell has gone for 17 with 2 balls remaining, and now he's bowling at 2.4, none for 33.
Yeah, it's 1-6-4-6. He's under the pump.
Durrani gets a better ball, and probably that's where you wanted to bowl. We saw the first over from Darren Powell, got a few good balls in. In fact, that first over went for only 3. His second over went for 13. This one has gone for 17 so far. But I get the feeling there's been too many short balls in this over. Here he is to Durrani. Another one into the onside and gone the distance. Gone for 6. And that brings up a quick 50 here for the LA Lions once again.
Yeah, Powell, a dejected man. He walked back to his mark, took his hat from the umpire Moshed with his head down. We'll have a look. You're going to see his head bows right about here. Oh, it's off screen now. But his head was into the ground. He said, "What have I done? I'm an international former cricketer, man. Come on. Show some respect, especially for your elders." Well, they've raised to 50, believe it or not, in the 5th over. So the power play is going to be coming up with this last over. We'll see how much they can muster.
Yeah, they're really off to a quick start again. And still so much batting to come. Saideep Ganesh, who's played well with Arabzai and Durrani, he's going to become a factor. But for now, Smashers will have to come up with plans here to maybe A, get wickets, and B, contain the onslaught of Arabzai and Durrani. So Izaz, it looks like, will continue. And he will come into bowl to Suleiman Arabzai. And so usually what happens, Ivor Henry, when a team has scored 50 in just 5 overs, you can't wait until this over is completed so you can allow a couple more players to spread the field. Teeing off is Arabzai and gone into the stands. That's another huge 6.
What is being spread here is these two batters are spreading their wings and flying high. And who needs Jenny Craig when you can get your exercises as an umpire? This umpire has been going up, down, ever so often.
So we've seen 5 6s now. In fact, we've seen 6 on Arabzai. So Dallas Smashers, and even the gods were not kind to them at the toss. I was thinking that the best start for the Smashers in this game, first of all, win the toss and bat. Win the toss, bat, make what you want to make, and let the Lions come after you. But as we saw, Abdullah Adil, the captain from the Lions team, as soon as he won the toss, says he's batting.
Batting, yeah, we heard it. Well, lost ball. There's something in that area. A lot of time ball going in that area, it takes forever to come back. What is the shrubbery or something back there or whatever it is? But once the ball goes between the two newly erected stands, it takes quite a while to come back. So I have to check back there to see if you have some shrubbery or something back there.
So Ivor Henry, while there's a break in the action, tell me, I haven't been here for any of the international events. So what happens to the other side? They have
temporary stands. Those are the stands that they put up and take down on the other side. Plus there's a standing area over there. But right to the right of the square leg cameras, they bring in that $100,000 building for the big boys. Buffet all day. So they put that up and take it down. And then standing room. You know, some people have to go in the burn, you know. Have to get the burn. They come and say, we need an area where we can get the burn. You know, these white guys, they want to make sure they lay out in the sun. But that's Virgil's area, straight over there with his helmet and the American flag and the Antiguan flag. He wants us to go in the stands. I've given Virgil tickets to come in the stand. They say, no, I want to be out in the burn.
So ball cut away. Fielder will come around. Does well. And so another single here, this time off the bat of Arabzai, and he hands the strike over to Hizbullah Durrani.
Sends a nice, lovely throw straight over the bails into the keeper Anderson. So they're singing the Bob Marley song, Lord, they're coming after me.
Oh, it's in the air. Fielder will come around. Can't drop these catches. Oh,
And
my
he drops
goodness.
it. You commentators curse. How he can't catch it before he catch it? You jinxed him. Jinxed him.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how much that drop catch will cost them. Already 60 on the board. And no, you can't do that.
Yeah,
so
but
he's put down one.
Was a naughty stroke though. 2 men out of the circle, and he took it from outside the off stump. There's a cover sweeper, I can understand that. But the other man is the long on. Why he took it about another 3 stumps outside the off stump to challenge that fielder?
Yeah, a couple of balls will end the power play. And I'm pretty sure they can't wait until that comes to an end. So 60 on the board.
Stop start, forgetting that he has to bowl, but you have to reload and come again.
So we'll have to pick up the fielder who put that down, just for the record. And outside the off stump, wide is the call from umpire Charlie.
That was his bowler with the chance.
Yep. Yeah, can't drop these catches. We saw the other day, batters were given life and they go on to make a meaningful contribution. Punched into the offside. Fielder will come around. That will complete, I think, the over. Maybe one more ball. And so look at that, 62 for no loss. Should have been 59 for one.
Mr. Warren.
And so 10 off this over so far. Should have picked up the big wicket of Durrani. And he allows this one to go, but have to be rebowled as the outstretched hands of umpire Charlie Javid.
Yeah, he has got to forget the drop chance. I think that rattled him somehow. He would have been a well-earned wicket, getting one of the big fish. I know he's been rattled. That's have to stay the course.
Oh, he goes again into the onside. Fielder will come around. And they go through for one. Shouldn't have done all that work had he taken the catch.
One? No.
And
two.
So that will complete over number 6.
I thought they got 2. Yeah, they got 2. So the power play, it is 64 for no loss. The red hot, not even hot. Well, at the end of 6, we're going to take you to master control.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Oh, yeah.
So Brian Gale comes into the attack. 64 on the board. And
it's a dead ball. Unfortunate, it would have been a dot.
oh, again, smashed into the onside. Fielder will come around. Oh.
Takes the catch one-handed. My word, what a catch. I'm not too sure that he really went to take that catch, but he took it first delivery. Brian Trooper Gale comes in and gets the breakthrough with his first delivery. So one of the big fish is gone. His bowler has left the arena. Let's have a look. He's coming after him, hitting high up on the bat. He was standing for the pose. He was staying there. Look at this. One hand just stretched out and it got into the bucket hand. Accident do happen. You see why Allstate has to be in business? That's an accident. Yes, he was surprised that that ball got into his hand. Trust me. It was away from him. 64 for 1. So his bowler is gone. So they didn't really make him pay. What's his score? His bowler.
39, 37.
37. Well, the drop chance, just the 1-1. He was dropped on 36, so he didn't make him pay. He wanted to. He was going hard at Brian Gale, but just into the safe hand of that fielder in the long on position. My word, what a catch. We've seen some good ones. So I think the Wet Shoes man is relieved. Since you don't have his name as yet, we have to call him Wet Shoes. Is that? Oh, it was Powell who took the catch. I didn't even realize. Yeah, my word is Powell. Powell. Powell would never take another catch like that. And maybe it's first in all of his cricketing days. He's beckoning to the crowd, say, "Oh, piece of cake." He's down there like, "Oh, piece of cake, man. I take those all the time. I take those with my eyes closed." I guess he's redeemed. He was scattered all over the park in his last over. The batsman getting off the mark, turning his one into the onside. Gets the run, gets off the mark. So Suleiman, who by my reckoning is the top one scorer in this US 17th edition tournament, keeps on going. Trooper Gale this time bowls a quicker one, and batsman on the back foot playing out to Powell in the long on position, just the one. Again, we're bathed in sunshine, and we're dubbed here as sunny South Florida. So you're in the sunshine state. He's tugging this one into the onside, and the mid wicket gets in the way, just a single. So things have slowed down since the wicket of his bowler. He's gone for 37.
Yeah, we saw a very good catch from Darren Powell. And since then, bottom edge passes the keeper. Always going to be a tough one. And look at that, runs away for another boundary.
Yeah, for twist 4 there for Suleiman. So Suleiman has been the man. He's been to this tournament, the highest individual score, 126, I think it is. Let's have a look. Cut in between the keeper legs. We're not able to close the legs. If it was a lady, grandma would say you have to keep your legs closed. Yeah, he had his legs open wide. Oh, this here, Powell again. Would he take this one in? Yes, he does. It's not an accident, folks. The first one was not an accident. I apologize, Mr. Powell. He has done it again, running to his left this time. I'm sure we'll have a look. Brian Gale has come on and has struck goal. And Powell, he'd been carted over the park, but now he's there as a specialist catcher. Could he be playing with the catchers? Let's have a look. Outside the off stump, pulling form on the back foot. Powell now comes into view and takes a catch. And he's off to the races. I thought we were going to give him the send-off. I guess that's for the bowlers.
So a couple of wickets here. And you talked about Brian Trooper Gale. He's removed the top order, albeit they've gone 71. And we saw a drop catch. Probably didn't hurt them that much. You made mention probably only one. And he certainly would have been the most relief man when he saw Darren Powell take a magnificent one-handed catch. And that was 71 for 2 as Saeed Ganesh comes to the middle.
Powell going to his left. Good camera view there again. Just to his left. Ball was really leaving him. Pretty much took it behind him to his left. He didn't have to reach out or up. He never settled under it. A running catch. So Brian Trooper Gale has caught 2 big fish. A grouper and a snapper.
So Ishak Zazai and Saidib Ganesh out in the middle. Looks like Samra has been given the ball.
Well, we're going to have to get someone to tame the lion, to tame this lion. Could it be the Smashers? Could the Smashers smash the Lions? They're due to lose a game. So it's not out of the realm of thinking that they can't lose this. They're two heavy hitters.
So Dallas Smashers, they played 3 games. They've only won 1. And they're tied with 4 teams.
Trouble,
It's
trouble.
in the air. Fielder will come in, falls in front of him. And so Ishak Zazai survives.
He's not a Jamaican. He can't be. You need the speed of Powell. He would have gotten in there. Powell would have gotten in there. Is he Asafa Powell? Any relation? Oh my word, I think it was Asafa Powell. The guy is quick on the feet. Going to his left, not even running in, to his left.
So Saidib Ganesh gets off the mark. Now we talked about the opening stand of the LA Lions. Saidib Ganesh has come up with some good scores. And he's going to be another top batter here for the LA Lions. Saw just yesterday he got 47. It's in the air. Fielder comes in, settles, takes the catch. And this time Ishak Zazai goes 73 for 3.
Well, they've dropped 1, they've taken 3. So forget about the drop catch. It just cost 1 additional run to his bowler. He dropped on 36, made 37. So they seem a confident bunch, the Smashers. They need to get a second win to really get things really heated up here. They're right in the thick of things. Could you imagine? It was 64 for 1. As a matter of fact, 64 without loss. And now we are at 73 for the loss of 2 wickets. Can we just jinx them and say they're dropping like flies? They're due to lose a game, so they're not trying to lose this one. They want to go undefeated, and I will dare say that. But the Smashers, they need this win to ruffle the feathers and the cart of the others in positioning. At the same time, no team still want to meet these Lions in the playoff.
So Kaiba Wali comes to the middle. He joins Saidib Ganesh. Yuvraj Samra has picked up 1. And you get the feeling that the Dallas Smashers, they're fighting back here. Good ball into the onside, and straight away Wali gets off the mark and hands the strike over to Saidib Ganesh. So the Smashers are fighting back.
Yeah, it seems as if we're at the top of the inning. We had 2 zeros on the board a while ago, as if the inning had started, because the 2 openers are back in the hut and then some.
Yeah, driven into the offside.
In the air for a moment.
And so we come down to on the verge of closing out the 8th over. Yuvraj Samra has picked up 1. He's bowled a very good over so far, only conceding 4. And Saidib Ganesh, in fact, Kaiba Wali sweeping well. They look for 1, look for 2. Always you've got to challenge the fielder in the deep.
Yeah, but
those fumbles, that's when you come back and you get a chance to come back for 2 runs.
Yeah, good bit of feeling down there in the deep. A relay of salt. Deep backward square leg running to his left. Put in the dive, taking 1 for the team. Cleanup man became the mid-wicket fielder. And as you said, they challenged the throw. And they were able to get a relaxing 2 runs.
So it looks like Brian Gale will continue, and why not? Impressive bowling for him in the last over. Picked up a couple of wickets. And so he has been given the ball here.
2 for 7, why not? I mean, he'd be like, what are you doing to me? Samit had to take the ball from him, and he's not injured.
So the couple of wickets to fall so far. In fact, 2 of them. Look at that, Darren Powell, one-handed earlier on with his right hand, and this time running to his left and grabbing on to the ball. All off the bowling of Brian Gale.
Yes, I have to apologize to him. He said accident do happens, but when he would have gone and taken the second one, He's making it a habit of taking catches.
Yeah, you gotta like the fight back here from the Smashers. Started this game having lost the toss and always was gonna be a tough one for the opening bowlers. Cut away, and once you cut fine, it's gonna be a long chase here for the fielder. He may not catch that, and that goes away for another boundary.
Yes, sometimes I tell you I like slips. Sometimes you can just get a slip in and you can get a wicket there. It's like buying a wicket in there. A ball cannot go in every position. At some stage, you got to attack with a slip. Mr. Faisal Iqbal doing that today to great effect. At one point, you made mention, sealing it off.
So Kaiba Wally, good looking shot. And when you play those fine cuts, that goes all the way to a fine third man position, it's like you're actually cutting the ball out of the glove of the keeper. Lovely shot from Kaiba Wally. Ganesh comes back into strike. 83 on the board. Yeah. Brian Gale continues to bowl extremely well. And they come back for a couple of runs. We saw the first over from Brian Gale. Only went for 6, picked up 2. And this one has gone for 8 so far.
Powell went down, so we hope that he's not hurt. Took a while to get up. He's a tough guy. Come on, you're Jamaican now. You have plenty of arms. He's holding his hand. He went down pretty hard. He's still wringing his hand down there.
Oh, it's in the offside, over the head of the fielder. And that's another shot from the bat of Saidib Ganesh, gone for a maximum.
Yeah, so she has joined the 6th hitting in this inning. We have seen quite a number of those. But those 2 batters has gone, but it's a continuation. This young man, he held the pose as well. He knew that he got all of it. Fielder beneath us here in the long off position was only hanging on to hope.
So 9 gone. It's 91 for the loss of 3. And that over from Brian Gale. Not like the first one, gone for 14, 91 for 3.
Yes, his first over went for 7, and this time he was beat and drink for the batters. You're still not getting your wish, Lenny. You wanted them to be at 14 for 3 and then work their way from there.
Well, they were 71 for 2, not bad. The other day they were 124 for 2, so I think they're working them down.
Working their way down. So the next one, it might be 36 for 2. Okay, there you go. I'll write that down, Lenny.
So Yuvraj Samra, the Canadian, will continue. And we're just about 9 overs gone. They're still going at 10 and over. Kaibar Wali and Saidib Ganesh out in the middle. And we talked about Saidib Ganesh. He's played some excellent knock. 29, 71 and 47. So those are some good numbers.
Yes, getting starts, and well, they need to carry on. We have seen a few 50s, and we have seen a few stuck in the 40s. That's a good shot down the ground. It's 4.
Yeah, another good looking shot from Saidib Ganesh. And when you look at the cricket field, sometimes the widest gap is between long off and long on. And once, as a batsman, you can get it straight and with some bit of power and have the ball travel, even the best out at long off and long on cannot stop those shots. Cut away into the offside. Easy single here for Saidib Ganesh.
It's a good looking shot, just for the one though. Proper cricketing shot. I like to see a cut. Came out of the sweep part of the bat, past short point, but cover sweeper.
Kaiba Wali into the onside. My goodness, waiting for the bounce.
Flat batted it down to deep mid wicket. Thought it was in business there for a while, but took it on the bounce. No Raj today. Samit captaining this team. And Rats wasn't that bold. He did bowl in his last match at all.
So the 10th over comes to a close. It's 99 for the loss of 3. So Brian Gale will continue 2 overs, no more than 2 for 22, and that brings up the 100. A ram shot from Saidip Ganesh, and it goes away for 4, and it brings up the 100 for the LA Lions.
Yeah, 100 coming up here in the 11th over. And again, maybe a 200 on the cards. That's going to put the Smashers under some pressure. Anything over 180 is going to be really climbing Mount Everest.
So ball played into the offside, and we come down to over number 11. And let's talk about some scores that the LA Lions have posted. And the good news is that they've always batted first, and so that's the other good thing about this team. And I would want to think how many times they batted first. Caught behind, so Kaiba Wally falls. And Brian Gale has picked up 3. It's 104 for 4.
Brian Gale in the thick of things. Let's have a look. And you just can't keep Anderson out of these games. The hero in his last match. And here he is, taking one behind. You still have to take him, no matter how easy they come. Got to take him. 104. They got to keep him in check. They're due an upset. The love average say you should lose a game. Are you going to go undefeated? It's a hard thing. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Trying to go undefeated. But runs on the board is runs on the board. They already got 104 of them. Youngster disappointed in the short stay out in the middle. Yep, he was disgusted with his bat. He slammed it into his bag, his kit bag, as if to say the bag did him something or his bat failed him. You're supposed to use all of your bat. You use the edge. Why are you mad? It's your bat.
So Taran Marwa comes to the middle. And the big focus on Brian Gale, 3-4 so far. We'll come into ball to Saidip Ganesh. Already we've seen Saidip Ganesh on a recovery mission in the last game, got a 47, and it looks like he's been asked to stick around. 105 for 4, not too many times. In this series, we've seen the LA Lions looking for recovery mode. But Saidip Ganesh is still out in the middle. Taran Marwa has joined him.
And to think Brian Gale was struck for 14 from an over, I think he's bowled relatively well. And this is it. It's going to be, I'm going to say, going to be given out even before he was given, because he walked right across his sticks and was swinging off middle stump. You miss, goes into those pads, dead center. Easy call for umpire motion. Easy call for him. We'll have a look. He goes into his sticks. There he goes. Put that left foot right in front of middle. You can see the leg stump had nowhere else to go but into those sticks. That's an easy call. So he has a 4-4, and he has joined another 4-4. I think you're jinxing the LA Lion. Just said you have not seen them in recovery mode, and right there, bang. Bang, Gale said, I'm going to capitalize on that statement. We're going to put them in recovery mode for real. Half the wickets down. First time in the tournament they have been put in this position. The smashers want to smash something. You want to be starting something where you want to be smashing something. You know who's licking the chops down there right now? Mr. Anderson. He's saying we're in for a second win and to dethrone the big fish. But now is the time. If they're going to lose, I always say that, lose in the preliminaries. It's always a harder win when you're going to win all your games in the preliminaries, and then you would have gone down. The only loss at the semifinals or finals when the team who would have beaten you would have lost about 2 matches. And you would go down with just the 1 match. Not saying that they're going to lose this now. Bear in mind, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you were to lose a match, you would want to pick your spot. If you had to pick a spot, do it in the preliminaries, especially knowing that you're already in the playoff. Do it now. Anyway, on all spin attack here. Back up along the track to the bowler. This time it's a loud appeal, and umpire Nazir Charlie says that ball came from the bat, saying go ahead and bowl your 4th delivery because the 3rd delivery is a run from the bat. Up in the air. Anderson goes, takes the catch. My word, they are dropping like flies here. It's going to be interesting. You have to give some equations here. You have to find them. A win here for the Smashers. Going to put them where? They're going to put them where? Trying to sweep into the onside, and the keeper stayed with it. And now wicket number 6 goes. Total on 106, I beg your pardon. No. Scoreboard is updating.
So, new batter comes to the middle. It's 107 for 6, 107 for 6. Faisal Khan comes to the middle. Ball played out in the offside, can't score. Faisal Khan remains on 0. Ball defended here. Yuvraj Samra bowling well.
So Trooper Gale is going to bowl out.
So ball worked into the onside by, looks like Faisal Khan. Yeah, looking for runs, not there, and so here we are.
Oh, this one's coming upstairs. So well, this one is up, up, up and away and over the long on fielder Powell and the ropes. Signal 6, that's umpire motion. Another maximum. So now the 6 goes into the scorer's book. Outside the off stump. And he's allowing that one to go through to bring that over to an end. Some this one is played into the offside. Cover sweeper comes in and sends a nice two into the keeper, taking it low down and no chance of overthrows or anything. Anderson, been a busy man. He's taken 2 catches so far in this inning. One behind the sticks that came straight to him. The other he had to go fetch it on the back foot. Roll this one out to cover sweeper again, who comes in about 40 meters away from the sticks to field. Summit on the point. Didn't get there fast enough. And there's going to be a dead ball. Signal there by umpire Javid Charlie. He's driving into the onside, taking it from outside the off stump, working it for a single. Need to be doing a repair job here. We have seen some 4 wickets go down quickly. A fiery start from the 2 opening batters. Suleiman and Hezbollah. This time outside the off stump and edging past the keeper is going to go for 4. No slip. I always like to say sometimes you can attack with a slip, but the only person who would have listened to me was the skipper, Faisal. Played slips for most of his inning and defended 181, which was the target score, all because he was in attack mode. Sometimes the best time to defend is to attack. He did that. Some people feel like, okay, I'm going to have to defend once, I have to put everybody in the boundary, out 5 fielders out. No, bring them in the view of the batter. Make them think that something's happening, even though nothing's happening. Make them think. Edge, firstly, put him in business right there. Keeper had not a chance. He was going at it hard. That was the replay. That was a replay just in case you're following ball by ball. So that over comes to an end. It's 130 for 6, which is indeed the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium. Goes another one. Going out to mid-on.
So Tariq comes into the attack. 134 for the loss of 6. And we'll come into bowl to Faisal Khan and Himang Chopra out in the middle. And so the fighting back is Faisal Khan. This one out of the playing area, gone for another maximum.
Yeah, using his feet well there and without any fear of that ball passing him, going to wicketkeeper Anderson. With all the confidence in the world, he came down, got it in the sweet part of the bat and up, and away she went over Powell's head.
So good looking shot from Faisal Khan. He's really playing a good hand here. At a time in which we're thinking that when the big guns are back in the shade, nothing happens out in the middle, but this LA Lions, they bat deep.
Have not lost a match in this tournament and trying to set a target that they think they can defend. They worked their way to 141 for 6 so far, having won the toss.
This was slashing shot into the offside, runs for Chopra. And look at that, comes back for a couple of runs. Good looking shots. 143 on the board.
Yep, good chase there from the man from point, beating the cover sweeper, but can't prevent 2. So good over so far.
Yeah, that's a good looking shot again from Himang Chopra and gone all the way. So the lower order are fighting back here. It's 149 on the board.
And again, not afraid to use his feet. So Tariq been taken to the cleaner. Tariq, you've gone up, trying to take over from Trooper Gale. Bowling your off spinners, and they're cutting you all over the park, Tariq. So if you go for the big shots and Tariq is getting some next, you got to say.
So 15 gone, 149. Closing in on a half century here. Ivor, they got their first 50 in the fifth over. The 100 came up in 11. And now it's 149 in the 15. So we've got 30 balls remaining. Tariq, well, in fact, it looks like a new bowler here. I haven't seen him bowl. It looks like a right arm leggy. We'll pick him up in a second. So number 151 has been given the ball. It looks like Dalawar Sam Kanai comes into the attack. And he starts with a ball that is shortish pitch, and the 150 comes up. $150 on the board. And so still some time left in this game as Chopra and Faisal Khan trying to repair some earlier wickets that had fallen. But the fact is, Ivor Henry, they've always been scoring at 9 and 10, so that gives them some bit of strength still, although they have lost some of the big guns.
Yes, and like I said, I think this team is a well-oiled machine. So when you think you have them cornered, they can always get out that corner.
Yeah, again, the ball eluding Anderson. Always when the ball keeps low, always not too good for the wicketkeepers because they're in the process of standing up.
No, but he's a tall man. He has to come down from a long way up.
Yeah, man who will be wearing his pads for some bit, and I'll tell you what. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot from Faisal Khan. He's playing a good hand here today, and that's gone for another 6.
Yes, we have seen plenty of those. Like I said, this team on the charge, they want to go undefeated. They want to not lose a match in this tournament. And I can't remember a team going to without losing. Sure, it would have happened, but maybe you can help us there, Lenny.
Well, definitely, if you win all your match in the group stage, you can't lose in the knockout.
That is true.
Then you can't win the final.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right on that. I can't, on the top of my head, figure that out. Into the onside, not carrying. And Faisal Khan continues to bat well.
Yeah, he's mistiming this one. He was going for glory again, hitting high up in the bat. There's a man down there in the wide long on, though, so maybe it's a good thing he didn't get it unless he's going to get it over his head, but he was headed in that direction.
So Sam Kanai, 6th bowler being used. And he comes in here in the latter stages. So the 16th over comes to a close. It's 159 for 6.
And that's a good score. You're going to take some doing and some going to get there. Never mind, Anderson played a good hand his last time up for his 85 not out. I saw Rohan, and I guess he's going to be the batting substitute. He was walking and exercising while they were on the field playing, so he should be a fresh guy going out there and trying to wheel the willow. His last time up, he got himself a 50, a half century. And I think that the skipper, Samit, is due. He's got 2 runouts in this tournament. So he has not gone in past 10 in this tournament.
So Kevin Daly given the ball. And we come down to 24. This is the time when I bring you in my math specialist, Ivor Henry. What are we looking at here? 159 with 24 balls remaining.
They're on the card to get over 180. I've been saying that a long time ago. Only wickets can prevent them from getting 180. So I'll make another assessment in 2 overs.
So ball punched into the offside. Good start here from Kevin Daly. At least the ball is not going away for a boundary, but he gives up 2. So let's talk about the scores for the Lions so far. In the first game, 161. Second game, 227. Third game, 194. And the last game, 178.
So they have not hit the 200 markers yet. And look at this.
Yeah, Powell going for another outstretched left hand. But didn't see the signal from the umpire. He may have gone for 6 though. And so 6 runs maybe off the bat of Chopra.
Just gone for 6.
Yeah, another big attempt from Darren Powell to rope that in. But in the end, gone for 6.
Well, 8 runs quick, fast, and in a hurry. 2 deliveries, 8 runs. So commentators curse to say he would not give it a boundary after he hit the 2.
So ball into the offside. Scampering, a throw to the stumps, misses it. Always was going to be tough with just one angle to aim at.
They had 1 stump to aim at, but we've seen many of those, plenty of those hit the sticks. I think he's the most runners I've ever seen at the US Open. The most runouts and direct hits at that.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see the lighted stumps come up. Oh, this one is smashed down the ground. Fielder will come around. Sishu. And so this over's gone for 10 so far from Kevin Daly. Couple of balls remaining. Faisal Khan. He's batted well for 33. And this partnership has gone over 50 between Chopra and Faisal Khan. And an over from Kevin Daly. So far, 11 runs, 1 ball to go.
Yep, they're on the charge. It's a confident team. We thought they were in the spot of bother, but these guys saying, I'm getting my chance to showcase my wares. Look at this one, it's even bigger. There goes another US Open maximum. Again, using his feet.
So the 17th over comes to a close, a big close here for the Lions. Another boundary. And this time again off the bat of Faisal Khan. 176 for 6, 17 gone. So we're back with the action. And we come down to the last 18 deliveries here. Ivor Henry, where's your money? How much you, what's your projection here?
200. Yep. Yep, the way these two batters going, they want to waste 250 as a matter of fact. These two batters, they're looking at the scoreboard.
So Sishu has been given the ball and he comes in here with a flourishing partnership between Chopra and Faisal Khan. And sometimes we have spoken about the strength of 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Lions, but Himang Chopra and Faisal Khan batting at 5 and 6. They have provided some, in fact, a good degree of substance here as we come down to the last 17 deliveries.
Well, like I said, no fewer than 180. I've said that a long time ago. Like I say, I come back to it, and then when I come back, I'm telling you that they are going to make more than 24 runs. So they're going to get over 200 runs.
So a shot from Chopra. Look at that. Gone all the way, gone for maximum, gone straight.
Yep, there she goes. Like I said, Trooper Gale with a 4-4. But he's not putting a dent. They're trying to make their highest total of the tournament. They haven't got a 200 in this tournament, but they're on pace. In this innings, although Hezbollah and Suleiman has gone without making 50s for themselves, they're going to make over 200.
Yeah, a lovely shot from Himang Chopra. Look at that. Cut away into the offside. And so 10 and 2 balls. This one gone for 4.
And that ball was wide of the mark, and just timing guided it. There was Point just to the left of him, and sweeper Point had not a chance. And there's a third man. So he picked his spot, and like I said, these guys are eyeing 50s, both of them.
So 80-run partnership between the pair out in the middle. Both batters in the 30s, 35 to Chopra and 39 to Faisal Khan. Sishu continues, and this one a slashing shot into the offside, and runs coming quite quickly here off the bat of Chopra. He picks up a couple more runs. In fact, they come back for 3. And we'll wait and see if Anderson will want to go upstairs.
No umpire Moshed is happy that the batter got in safely. He's not going to ask for any assistance from the third umpire, Delroy Festus Lynn.
So 189. In fact, 188.
It's 3 runs.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. Into the hands of the fielder and out. So a drop catch, and they go through for 1. So 190 on the board. And the final ball coming up. Take a look at this one. Straight into the hands of the man at long off. And it goes in and it goes out. That's Dalawar. And it's 190 on the board. Here's the final ball. Play and a miss. And that completes the 18th over. 190 at the end of 18. Yeah, big partnership, 83, between Faisal Khan and Himang Chopra. And they batted extremely well. This is a good partnership towards the end.
Yes, indeed. And they both are eyeing 50s, and I think they'll get there. 140, Faisal on 40. Himang is on a 37. 37 from 19. This is carnage.
So Darren Powell, 3 overs, no maiden, none for 39, has been given the ball. So he comes in here.
He's taking two lovely catches, and that's to his credit. The shadows are lengthening here, Lenny.
Yeah, we still got a evening game. New York will take on the High Rollers.
So 191, the highest score in this tournament, is being threatened. And we're going to see, I guarantee you, we're going to see over 200 in this inning, when we thought that they would have. So Powell is the bowler. He's back. He's the opening bowler. So now he is going to try to get into the wicket column. Sammy's good delivery. Oh, my word. He did not threaten the stump. We think no one was backing up. It was played for single. So Darren Powell taking two good catches, keeping things quite and steady for now. He's pulling into the onside again. They're running the first one quickly. Are they going to take it on the arm? Yes, they do. So another two. So they're going to avoid dot. 194 it is for 6.
Yeah, can Faisal Khan get to a half century? He's really batted well. I'm Darren Powell, who's played at the international level for the West Indies. Look at that. They come back for a couple of runs, so they're running the field ragged. 196.
Yeah, that was an easy one, but they turned that one into 2. And Powell is not too happy. So another dot. They're really racing up to the 200 mark. There's one strike away. 196 it is for 6.
So Faisal Khan on 45. He goes to the long on area. Sami Sadiq, the captain. And he goes up to 47, Ivor Henry.
And this total goes on to 197, the highest score in this tournament. So when we thought they would have faltered here, they're getting better and better.
In fact, they've scored 227 in one of the games. So the yeah,
I forgot
on
that
course.
200.
So look at that, cut away and gone away for 4. The 200 comes up.
Yes, yeah, I forgot about the 200. They're the one who scored the 200. But I know they scored 190 odd in one of the innings.
Yeah, they got a 193. So 19 overs gone. Take a look at this. This brings up the 200. And look at that, cut away, beautiful shot from Chopra. And the 19th over comes to a close. It's 201 on the board. Both batters chasing a half century. The question is, who will get there first?
Well, who's going to be facing this last over? They'll get there first. So 200 comes up, 201. My word.
So it looks like Sishu will be given the last over. And he comes in, will be bowling to Faisal Khan. Faisal Khan is on 46. And Himang Chopra is on 43. We talked about that big partnership of 94 so far. And so that's a huge one coming down towards the end. And you're talking about two well-set batters out in the middle. So they should be able to explode in the last over.
Yeah, 64 for the first wicket, 71 for the second, 73 for the third, 104 for the fourth, and 105 when the last, when the fifth wicket fell, it was 105. Don't have the 6. You have it.
106. So the action continues, and Sishu off his long run. Sishu Nimalipuri has been given the final over. And already with 201, here we go. We'll come into bowl to Faisal Khan. And Khan a slashing shot. And he gets a single, hands a strike over to Chopra. Himang Chopra. And that partnership has gone up to 95. Very good runs here for the Lions.
Yes, indeed. And both batters are trying to get to their 50. 2 hit away for him, Mac. He is on 43. Would he get there?
So he settles and waits. He's played a very good hand so far. Playing a miss. Look at that. At this juncture of the game, you got to take on the wicketkeeper while the ball is traveling to him.
Yes. A bye. Straight to the keeper. A bye. Saying, okay, you don't want to get your 50. I want to go get my 50. So Faisal said, get out of there.
Yeah, when you look at the extras column, they have been quite disciplined. Only a couple of wides and now this bye. So 3 extras. That has been very good.
Very, very good.
And so here is Sishu again. 4 deliveries remaining. Can Faisal Khan get 3 runs and get to that half century? Here we go. Down the ground. Dalawar Sam Kanai is the fielder. And we'll wait and see. Has he made it home? It looks like he's made it home.
A long time ago, he made it home. A long, long time ago.
And so he goes up to 49. He goes up to 49. That partnership is about 98, I want to think. And let's do the math. 106 to...
99.
Yeah, 99. So that big partnership also on the verge of getting to a landmark. Look at that. Into the offside. Sami comes up with a diving one. And it looks like Faisal Khan is out on 49.
Yes, fell short. He was going hard. 99-1 partnership come to an end. I was thinking that these 2 batters will get their 50, but neither is going to get there. I don't think.
Yeah, diving catch from the captain. Look at that. We'll take a look at that. And in fact, looking to go into the onside and look.
Came up with it clean as a whistle. So we're not going to see a 50. Because unless he bowls a wide or something like that. Because here it is. Whatever this batter gets, if he gets 1, it's going to be 7 away.
So Parrot Carr is walking to the middle. And he will face at least 1 ball. 1 of 2 balls remaining. So he gets a single. He's only going to face 1, but he's got 2 balls at his disposal. And we've seen a very good over here from Sishu. He's only given up 4. He's picked up a wicket already. And so you can't ask for more than 4 runs in the last over, Ivor.
Very good. Very, very good. Keeping things in check. I know the 3 coming from his bowling analysis. Because 1 is a bye in between there.
Yeah, sure. So Parrot Carr comes to the middle. Score is 205. Mahmoud's score by T20 standard. Anything that goes over 200, you shouldn't be losing, posting 200. So Sishu will run into bowl to Parrot Carr. 2 deliveries remaining. Down the ground he goes and hands the final ball to Himang Chopra.
And he can only get as far as 49. A 60 will take him to 49. So I was thinking that both batters can get to the 50, but it was not to be. None are going to get there.
And we talked about that big partnership falling 1 short of the 100 mark. So folks, this is the last ball. Sishu runs into bowl to Chopra and outside the off stump, and look at that. Wide, and they cross, and so now Parrot Carr could be the man facing the last ball.
Yes, so 2 more to the total. 208. That's a big score.
So that 49 we were talking about, maybe Chopra will have to do that in another game.
Yes, not this one. Unless they bowl another wide here now again.
And let them cross. So Sishu will come into bowl to the left-hander Parrot Carr. This could be the final ball. And We've said that for the last two. But here it is to Parrot Car. And down the ground he goes. I think they're going to run until they get run out. The throw comes in. A decent throw. Run out 1. 209. Run out 1.
Another run out again in this tournament. So he wasn't thinking average, he was thinking just advancing the score. So I'm going to run until the cows come home. So innings closed at 209 for the loss of 8 wickets.
Yeah, the Lions batting card. Something of substance from Durrani and Arabzai, but let's look at the middle order. Faisal Khan and Himang Chopra gave them so much support towards the end. And in the end, their second highest score of this series, 209. Bowling card, Brian Gale. You would want to think that someone picks up 4 for 36 in a T20 game and the team still makes 209. Hard to believe, but that's how it goes. So there we have it, folks. 209 posted by the Lions. Smashers will need 210 to win. We'll be back shortly.
MAQ Group International Investment Platform. Today, I'm excited to talk to you about something that can truly transform your investment game, real estate, and specifically, how MAQ Group is making it easier than ever before. Now, investing in real estate can be intimidating. There are so many questions: where to buy, when to sell, how to manage properties. It can be overwhelming, but that's where MAQ Group comes in. Imagine having a team of experts dedicated to your unique aspirations. At MAQ Group, that's exactly what you get. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in $1 million business or small, we've got you covered. So let's break it down. First up, buying. Finding that perfect property can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with MAQ Group, you have access to exclusive listings and insider knowledge that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Our team will find the perfect property that aligns with your investment goals, be it a luxury home or a commercial estate. Next, selling. Selling a property can be just as tricky. Pricing it right, marketing it effectively, and finding the right buyer, it's a lot. MAQ Group uses cutting-edge technology and market strategies to ensure your property not only sells quickly, but also fetches the best price. We handle everything from staging to negotiations, making the entire process stress-free for you. And finally, property management. Managing a property, especially multiple ones, can be a headache. But with MAQ Group's comprehensive management services, you can sit back and relax. Our team handles everything, from maintenance and tenant relations to financial reporting and compliance. It's like having a personal assistant for your property. So why choose MAQ Group? Because we're not just about transactions, we're about relationships. Our personalized services are tailored to meet your unique needs and aspirations. We're committed to turning your real estate vision into a reality. Don't just take my word for it, experience the MAQ Group difference yourself. Ready to make your next big investment move? Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. It helps us out a lot and lets others discover how MAQ Group can simplify their real estate journey too. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy investing. Visit us on www.macgroup.com. If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Can we do it?
MAQ Group International Investment Platform. Today, I'm excited to talk to you about something that can truly transform your investment game, real estate, and specifically, how MAQ Group is making it easier than ever before. Now, investing in real estate can be intimidating. There are so many questions: where to buy, when to sell, how to manage properties. It can be overwhelming, but that's where MAQ Group comes in. Imagine having a team of experts dedicated to your unique aspirations. At MAQ Group, that's exactly what you get. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in $1 million business or small, we've got you covered. So let's break it down. First up, buying. Finding that perfect property can be like finding a needle in a haystack. But with MAQ Group, you have access to exclusive listings and insider knowledge that takes the guesswork out of the equation. Our team will find the perfect property that aligns with your investment goals, be it a luxury home or a commercial estate. Next, selling. Selling a property can be just as tricky. Pricing it right, marketing it effectively, and finding the right buyer, it's a lot. MAQ Group uses cutting-edge technology and market strategies to ensure your property not only sells quickly, but also fetches the best price. We handle everything from staging to negotiations, making the entire process stress-free for you. And finally, property management. Managing a property, especially multiple ones, can be a headache. But with MAQ Group's comprehensive management services, you can sit back and relax. Our team handles everything, from maintenance and tenant relations to financial reporting and compliance. It's like having a personal assistant for your property. So why choose MAQ Group? Because we're not just about transactions, we're about relationships. Our personalized services are tailored to meet your unique needs and aspirations. We're committed to turning your real estate vision into a reality. Don't just take my word for it, experience the MAQ Group difference yourself. Ready to make your next big investment move? Reach out to us today and let's make your real estate dreams come true. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. It helps us out a lot and lets others discover how MAQ Group can simplify their real estate journey too. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy investing. Visit us on www.macgroup.com.
So welcome back. 210, a mammoth 210 is the target. Ivor Henry, Rohan White, as expected, has come out along with Yuvraj Samra. Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. Well, that break there was really, really needed, especially for the smashers. They were smashed for 209 for 8. Now they've got to do some chasing. They chase balls in the field. They're going to be chasing runs. A target of 210.
Yeah, and when we keep talking about how powerful this LA Lions side is, Abdullah Adil, and we have spoken about removing the top order twice, and still they've been able to post big scores.
I think it's a well-oiled machine. These guys here, they have depth, as they can see now for 2 games. They're big, heavy lifters in Suleiman and Hezbollah have not scored 50s, but here, 200 is on the board.
Yeah, Himant Chopra and Faisal Khan. We talked about that big partnership of 99. Both batters nearly got a half century. One got 49, and the other one just ran out of deliveries. Slip in place. I know you like your slips.
Yeah,
you
of
like your
course.
your traditional look of a cricket match.
Yes, new ball, something see outside the off stump and big appeal, unmove this umpire, Charlie. I guess you're getting that much swing. Even the ball is thinking he couldn't get that much swing. That one really swung. Let's have a look.
Yeah, good delivery. He brought in the slip at the right time. And barely not shaving the outside edge. In the olden days, in more traditional games, you bowl a ball like that, you bring another slip in.
Yes, of course. and another one, then you have an umbrella, 2 gullies and all that kind of stuff. But they have enough runs to attack, of course, with a slip.
So Yuvraj Samra, quality player, kept tad low. Good work from the wicketkeeper Still 3 dot balls.
Yes, he's getting him to swing away from the left-hander, the southpaw. There you edge. Touching down and going away, so I can understand the slip. If they can afford it, maybe they can afford to take out that leg slip. They have that fine leg on the 30-yard mark, but that's for the bad ball. If he's cutting them across there, only the French cut can go to that fine leg. See, doesn't need that leg slip. I'll get another slip. I'll take out that short fine leg because he's getting some big swing with this white ball. Shiny. It's cutting right across the left-hander, swinging away from him.
Yeah, we've seen Samra with a couple of big scores, but he has fallen away. In the last match was out without scoring, and this match here they're chasing 210, but he does have the ability. Quality player, 39 and a 54. Edged into the man that slipped off the rebound.
Give me my slip. What did I say?
And Samra goes for another failure. Gone without scoring.
And I'm saying I needed 2 slips and a gully. He's swinging the ball there. That short fine leg up in the thing. Come on, give me something. I like these. Just, I don't need nothing over here because I'm going this way. This way. That's good bowling. Good captaincy. Give me my slip.
So Samra goes without scoring. And the captain, Abdullah Adil, has picked up a wicket. And it's so wonderful to see you've made a field adjustment. And just like that, the ball goes into that region. A little bit of bubble, but in the end, the man has held on for dear life.
Yeah, he stayed with it. That's it. You have to stay with it to the end. Hit him hard. He went at it with hard hands. Hit it, but it popped in front of him. And he dove and pulled up that big fish. None for one. And the over is not done yet. Can we see the first wicket maiden? We asked for it yesterday. One came off the last delivery.
So number 185 comes to the middle. Abdullah Adil, the captain of this powerful put-together Lions team, ran in, bowled with some bit of pace. And talk about the control.
Yes, early in the over, he was asking for some assistance there from umpire David Charlie, and he said no. He said, well, I'll take matters into my own hands with my teammate. Slip, come on up.
So new batter comes to the middle. We'll confirm number 185. And here is Abdullah Adil looking for that dot delivery. And
Second slip, give me my 2 slips.
eludes Saidib Ganesh in the slip cordon and gone away for 4.
I'm asking for my slips. Attack early. You can afford it. You don't have to have men all over the place. Conventional cricket. 2 slips, he's a goner. End of 1. Very interesting. Look at it there. Out of the outstretched reach of the first slip fielder, he'll have been down second slip throat.
So the action continues, and we've got Rohan White on strike. Sad Lavai would have edged in the last over. And now we'll pick up the bowler here. Abdullah Adil bowled the first over. And we've seen a ball into the offside. Looks like Kaiba Wali is the bowler here. And ball played into the offside twice. So Rohan White, the man on strike. 4 for 1. Saad Lavai is the man at the other end. And it looks like Kaiba Wali has bowled a couple of balls. And so we're back with the action here as a lot has happened. 206 still needed. 4 for 1. Ball worked into the onside. Field and misfield. And Rohan White picks up a boundary.
Yes, Rohan White. Last inning here, he got a half century. So he's got to carry on and he's got to get to those triple figures. So he was on driving, pleasing on the eyes. But like I said, fielder in the mid-on position could have done one better. But it eluded him and it went for 4 runs.
So 8 on the board, couple of boundaries. One off the bat of Rohan White, one off the bat of Saad Lavai. And so 8 for 1.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, into the onside, can't score again. Rohan White. You talked about Rohan White getting a half century in the earlier part of the inning, of the tournament. I don't know there. Oh, down the leg side. We'll wait and see if it got a touch on this one. But it has gone away. It's gone away for 4. And look at that. May have come off the glove.
Yes, it would have been a spectacular catch down the leg side by the wicket keeper. It was going away from him. And he thought he could have pulled that one in, coming probably off the top of the glove. As he was pulling, it was too close to him. He's always going down the leg side. Keeper did well to get across there, though. There it is, yes. Did get a touch. So 2 boundaries in this over so far. Accompanied by a couple of dots. Well, 3 dots as a matter of fact. Hat-trick of dots.
So the bowler seems to be Yusuf. Ball flicked away. Good looking shot here from Rohan White. He's picked up 1, so that will complete 2, and so 2 gone. It's 13 for 1.
Remember, they're trying to get to 210 to upset the red-hot LA Lions. They have not lost a game in this tournament. By the way, this is the 17th edition of this US Open. And all the matches are being played here on the big stage. Back in the day, we used to have all the fields in South Florida occupied with the US Open. Some 32 teams once used to try to play for the coveted trophy. Back then it was like $100,000. It was big money then.
So Abdullah Adil will continue. We've seen an over from Yusuf Zazai. Keep an eye on him, because when you look at the most wickets of the series so far, he stands at the top with 12. And that is because 3-4 wicket haul. Can you imagine that?
Yes. When he takes them big.
He takes them in bundles of 4. Lofted shot from Rohan White, and that has gone away. A couple of bounces for 4.
It's a good stroke. Well timed. Well placed as well. Remember, only 2 fielders can be out in the beyond the circle. And what do we have? We have third man and middle wicket. But that was punched. Came off the middle of the bat. No heavy lifting, no big bat swing or anything. Just get his bat on it, and away she goes.
So we talked about the most wickets in the series so far. Yusuf Zazai, he will probably bowl again. And he comes from the Lions, the team out in the field. So keep your eye on that. It's going to be hard to catch, because the other bowler is just 8 wickets away. He will have to get a 4-wicket haul.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remind these other umpires too. Whenever anybody's crossing the field, never let them jump, because you can always put a foot mark in the pitch if you miss your jump, and there are adjoining pitches as well that they have to be used. So walking across, they normally jump. Let's say if you're going to walk, once you're not walking in the protected area, walk across the pitch. Never jump, because you put a hole in there, abandon play.
So 17 on the board. They have lost the wicket of Samra. And so here is the wickets tally so far for the series. And I like when the fast bowlers are bowling when you've got to go through some tallies, because they give you time. So Yusuf Zazai, he is at the top of the table on 12. Rishiv Joshi, out of the catchers, he is on 8. Imran Mohadi, out of the Lions, he is on 7. And Jawad, he is on 6. So those are your wickets tally. Well, let's look at the most runs of the series. Suleiman Arabzai, he's up there, came into this match with 237. He made 28 today, so we can do the math. 260 plus for him, so he's at the top of the table. Second is Durrani. He came into this game with 172. He got 32, I think, today. And Saideep Ganesh, he was also on 172. He got what? I think he got about 19 today. So those are your top of the table in terms of bowlers and batters. Playing a miss, and the ball goes through to the keeper, Ivor Henry.
That was a nothing shot, to be honest with you. He's just jumping back and just poking on it. There's no cover sweeper slash. You have to go. You're trying to get to 210. You're not going to get there with 2 men outside of the circle and just waffing for nothing, really. You have to punch your top of order batter. Come on.
So Abdullah Adil, captain of the LA Lions. And again, ball outside the off stump. He's been good, Abdullah Adil. His first over went for 4, picked up 1 wicket, picked up the wicket of Yuvraj Samra, and nearly got a 2nd wicket in the slip area.
And I was calling for the 2nd slip, and he didn't give me. He's not listening to me. That's not nice. He's probably seems as if he's hard of hearing. I'm trying to give him a wicket. But Juan is a local boy here. He plays for the Atlantic team. Got a 50, nice, good-looking 50 in his last at bat. And Prianta, former president of the league, plays for his team. Prianta is the captain of that team. Yes, so Pri, you should be pretty proud of your man getting a 50 on the big stage. That's Mr. Juan. Juan hits quite a few hundred in the local thing. So he's local boy. He's a Centurion. He needs to join the 3 Centurions that we have here. If ever time he needed 100, it is now. 210 has been the target score, and to get there, someone has got to make a big score. Rohan, you're at the top of the inning. You're the super sub, where you can bat. You didn't feel one ball. He should have fresh legs.
So Yusuf Zazai with 12 wickets in the series, 3-4 wicket haul. And he will continue. Tidy first over from him. And so he will come in to bowl to Rohan White. A lot has been spoken of Rohan White. One of the top batters around already. Getting a 50 in one of the games. And so a big expectation here from the likes of Rohan White and everyone else. But the big man, certainly the man of yesterday, Anderson, yet to come. And he's going to be an exciting talent to watch.
Yeah, sure. He wants to rest his legs. He's been in pads behind the sticks. So I don't see him padded up beneath us down here. So at least get to change his boots, put on his batting spikes, and give his legs a breather.
So bowling change, Yusuf Zazai has given way to number 150, and let's see who is that bowler. It doesn't bowl, so we'll have to wait and see. So new bowler employed here. I'm wondering if it's Faisal Khan. Could be Faisal Khan.
Looking for the number on his shirt, 150.
Yeah, it might be Faisal Khan. Batted extremely well. Got what, 49?
Faisal Khan is putting the 150 on his jersey.
So driven.
Beautifully.
Lovely shot from Rohan White running up towards the offside boundary, and it crosses the rope. Lovely shot for 4.
Yes, that's a worm. He stayed on the ground. He never got up at no stage at all. It was a proper cricketing shot. He didn't stay for the pose. He ran down the wicket, looked at it go and go and go and go into the boundary ropes and then over.
So Faisal Khan, he's had a good batting part of the game so far. And now that he's bowling this left arm seamer, look at that. Rohan White on the opposite side of the ground, and that goes away for 4. So 8 in 2 balls. Not a good start here from Faisal Khan.
Yeah, difficulty here for the bowler. When you can score on both sides of the wicket, it means you've got to bowl them straight, but too straight this time. Onto the legs. And again, on the ground, no lifting, no nothing, just proper cricket shot, and he was rewarded 4. 2 on the trot.
Yeah, successive 4 of the batter Rohan White. And they need a lot more like that. 184 more needed. This is going to be a very stiff chase. Here is Faisal Khan. And White is getting a ball full up. Can't do much with a delivery like that.
Yes, Yorker length could come back. He was right up in the block hole, but Rohan is looking. Has his eyes open because that's a good delivery. Those are the kind you say, you miss, I hit. It was right up in the block hole. Good delivery, good thinking. If anybody can, Faisal can.
So 8 in the over so far. Sparkling boundaries from Rohan White. And they will have to bat long. We saw the departure of Samra, who's played a couple of good knocks in the 2 opening games, but has fallen away. Got a couple of ducks in the last 2 games, so that's not good. Here is Faisal Khan. Ball chopped down the ground to the keeper. Good comeback.
Yep. 2 boundaries on either side of the pitch, and he came back with 2 dots. This one was rising, but one was to the task, not in full control, but was in no danger of losing his wicket.
So the next game coming up, New York will take on High Rollers. We talk about High Rollers having a double game today. Play and a miss, goes through to the keeper. 4 gone, 26 for 1.
And hat-trick of dots. He walked away. We're going to be soon on the lights here as the shadows lengthens here as we go after 4 o'clock in our neck of the woods. And again, folks, we're at the Broward County Stadium. And for the new listeners, this is an ICC approved venue. What you're looking at on your screen is right here is where India would have played, Pakistan would have played, West Indies would have played, New Zealand would have played, Sri Lanka would have played. The big boys has all trotted right here.
Yeah, and the United States have played a lot of League Two games here. The United States women's, of course, have had a lot of series here, all ages, from the junior to the senior. CPL matches here, and last but not least, US Open.
There you go. Well, the US Open would have started it, as a matter of fact. And again, thanks to Mr. Qureshi's insight, and he was instrumental too in getting this ground here. All of us really dug deep. We had a lot of opposition. People saying, what is cricket? That little thing that creep on the ground, that cricket, that insect. No. Cricket is a sport. And they fight it down. They didn't want any kind of, nothing to hear the word cricket. The Americans. And it's like, but the people who live here, not just Americans. Oh, what was this? It was playing and ducking at the same time. Gets away with it.
Yeah, Abdullah Adil has been quite steady. Captain that has led this team, and he will be quite proud of the way things have gone. But he will be even more happier if they can walk away with the crown on Saturday afternoon.
That's the one that counts. All of this is just positioning, getting you on the big stage.
Oh, Rohan White. That's a lovely shot. Pickup shot down the leg side, helping the ball with the pace, and it's gone away for 4.
Yes, one bounce 4 down to the deep fine leg position. Fine leg was up in the circle. He just had to get some good willow on it, which he did. He pivoted nicely, and he went away for 4.
Yeah, a little bit of Gordon Greenwich there.
Yeah, he seemed to be a man in form. Up on one leg. Yep. He looks the part. His waist down to 26 from 16. Again, be reminded he got a 50 already in this tournament. He's on the big stage. The scouts are out. This too is franchise cricket.
So Abdullah Adil. Oh, big shot from Rohan White. Hanging in the air. The fielder comes in. And it falls in front of him. But anxious moment there for Rohan White.
Yeah, he had the height, not the distance, just about the 30-yard circle behind the bowler. I'll say safe shot because no one can feel behind the bowler's arm. So mid-on and mid-off were in pursuit, and the ball dropped dead between both of them. But it's not a good shot, though. But it's a safe shot.
So this was gone for 6. We've seen a lovely shot from Rohan White. Saad Lavai has come to the middle. We saw in the previous over all 3 dot balls on the off stump. He seems to be so weak on the offside. Let's see. And again, chopped into the ground. So offside is not his thing.
No, when you're an opening batter, top order batter, you have got to be able to score on both sides of the field. Just as what Rohan is doing. You have to make it difficult. Here's a helicopter. Smells like the sheriff helicopter hovering over, taking in some of the cricket.
So this was gone for 6. We've seen a boundary. Saad Lavai on strike. Again, backing away into the offside and can't score. So whenever Saad Lavai comes on strike, he uses up the balls. 5 gone is 32 for 1.
Yeah, the 1-1 he got, it was an awkward-looking shot into the offside for that single that he got in the over. So I guess you've observed something and noticed that he's weak in the offside. Well, He needs to make room outside the off stump and tug into the onside if he's strong in the onside. So Lenny, the sun is going down on us. Do you think the sun is going down on which team?
Well,
Smashers?
Yeah, we've seen the Smashers coming in to this game with a record of 3 games. They've only won 1. And we talked about 4 teams locked on 2 points. The fact is, if Smasher loses here, still 4 teams on 2 points, because those points will go to Lions. That will only cap off a perfect round-robin stage.
Yes.
For the Lions,
Yeah,
as Yusuf Zazai comes back into the attack, man, with 12 wickets. Rohan into the offside, and now they're going to scamper 1. But let's look at Saad Lavai. He's really used up balls. He seems to struggle on the off stump. We saw twice off the bowling of Abdullah Adils. Doesn't seem to have a shot on the offside.
Well, he has 5 from 8, but we have seen some batters start slow. 150 started slow, and then he picked it up and got to 50. And this time he starts quickly, 28 from 19. He's the one who'll be getting a lot of the overs. 28 from 18, I beg your pardon.
So Yusuf Zazai, 12 wickets in the series, the most by any bowler. And look at that, Saad Lavai takes on Zazai straight down the ground, and it is gone for 4.
And on the offside of the ground, if they were straight. So he's trying to prove us wrong to say, I have offside shots, even though he was just on the right side of the wicket. So in the bookmark, you're going to show that on the offside, he scored 4.
Yeah, the wagon wheel will count that as an offside shot.
Offside shot.
So 37 for the loss of 1. They've lost the wicket of Samra. And here is Yusuf Zazai, strong LA Lions team. Oh, shortish ball. Gets out of the way, trying to place one of those ramp shot into the offside.
Being into the third man in the deep boundaries hand. We've seen one of those already in season, so I don't think it's a good thing he missed that one. He would have stayed it right into his hands. Then again, he might have dropped it. We have seen a drop catch, right? You've seen many of those, but we saw a good grab here in the second slip for the first wicket. A naught. Didn't trouble the score at all, the opening batter.
So 5 from this over from Zazai. Inside edge onto the pad. So the good bowling of Zazai continues. We've seen a good looking shot from Saad Lavai. Other than that, Yusuf Zazai seems to be controlling things here.
Well, chasing 210. You needed a much better power play than what we're seeing here. At this time, it's only 37, and we have, 2 legal delivery left in the power play.
At this time of the game, Lions, they were batting a 71 for 2. Remember, we talked about they got off to such a slow start in the first 2 overs, but then
In the power play, they had 64.
Yeah. 7 over. And they had gone to 71. The throw comes in. And what happened to the direct throws today?
I know. There's a man down. Let's hope that he's okay. He prevented the overthrows, but he's down with the count. What's up? All right, finally he gets up. That's kind of scary. Don't stay down and scare us like that. We'll have a look. Overthrows. Runs around, a miss there. It's going to be backed up and gone off the camera. But it was down.
So Rohan White, final ball. Here is Zazai. He gets a good delivery taken on the pad. Umpire says going down leg. So 6 over comes to a close. And after 6 is 38 for 1.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With MAQ Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
So the action continues. And it looks like Faisal Khan comes back into the attack. Will come in from the far end. And will come into bowl to Saad Lavai. Here is Faisal Khan. Outside the off stump. A diving stop from Ishaq. And play has begun here in over number 7.
And a tumbling delivery there from the bowler. Seems as if he had lost his footing. Anyway, he's up and ready to bowl his second delivery. No damage done. So the power play has only yielded a 38. Not a good sign. Oh no. It's going to be a board as wide as Broadway.
So a long way to go, 171 needed. Asking 12.3. We've seen no team in this competition. Perhaps the New York team who put up a bit of fight when they were chasing 193. Ivor Henry, you were here. And they got to what, 30 runs, 35 runs short. Other than that, it has been LA Lions dominating things here in 2025 at the US Open Premier League. Into the offside, they go through for 1. So a quiet phase of play here. And the fact is, it looks like when Rohan White is not in the action, it has been relatively quiet.
Well, Saad scores another one in the offside, so he's going to take his runs in the offside and tell you, look at my wagon wheel.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's a go slow, trying to get to 210.
Yeah, driven into the onside, so they're taking it via the singles route for the time being, at a time in which the asking rate has gone up to 12.6.
Yes, it's climbing. They're not losing wickets, but at the same time, the run rate is climbing, and it's going to get beyond maybe Anderson's big willow. Anderson is eager to get into the triple figure. He was 15 away, but by the time he would have got to 85 not out, it would have been enough. 85 was sufficient.
Yeah, batted extremely well at a game in which the high rollers were in control for most of the over. Ah, look at that. Sliced off the edge. And Saad Lavai in the offside picks up another boundary.
In the offside. There it is. There it is. That's commentators calling you to score in the offside. And he's doing it and doing it well. He's gone to 15 from 16. So here it is.
Yeah, Wagon Wheel will show a lot of production in the offside.
Yes, it doesn't matter how they come. I'm sure the dugout must have told him, say, get some runs in the offside. The commentators are talking about you.
So 45 on the board. The server's gone for 7 from Faisal Khan. We've only seen 1 wicket so far. The wicket of Yuvraj Samra off the bowling of Abdullah Adil.
Good catch.
Sliced. That's a massive shot from Saad Lavai over the offside. That's gone for 6.
In the offside again. All right. Ooh, slash. was coming, touching down just outside the off stump. Opened the blade with a flash. Let's have a look. Bang! In the offside. He knew it was gone. He just stood and admired his stroke and said, "Take that." Another one in the offside. Ivor Henry, you take that.
So 7 gone. The 50 comes up. 51 for the loss of 1. They're going at 7.2. They require 12.2.
And it's so funny. I mean, when only 2 fielders would have been outside of the 30-yard circle, they struggled to 38. And now they've raced up to the 50. And all of a sudden his contribution is 21 when he was just struggling and you were asking him to retire out or retire not out. Which one?
Yeah, that's a partnership of 50. And let's take a look at the worm. Keep your eye on the purple. The blue has already crossed that graph. And now is the purple making its way.
Yep, they would have been losing what, some 3-4 wickets around this time. That's the blue team. That's the LA Lions. But the purple team have only lost 1 at this stage. So wickets are crucial. With Anderson still to come.
So Yusuf Zazai wants to increase his tally. And this one is pulled away nicely. Fielder will come around. Does well. And look at that. Comes back for a couple of runs. Rohan White again.
Yeah, Rohan looks the part. I mean, looks a good batter. I understand he's a local centurion in these parts. But on the big stage, he has got to 50. I'm sure he's going to try to do another 50 better. If ever time there was a need for 100 from him, the time is now. Now is the time.
So Sazai in his third over. While he's not picked up any wickets so far. Oh, a little bit of tangle there with Rohan White. We'll wait and see. Could be an edge off the bat. In fact, leg by is the call.
Yeah, it comes off him. Again, he's going to have a check because he's a brave man. Ali Khan would have conked him on the head and he was brave enough to stay. Seems as if his hammy has given him a little trouble there in taking off for that run. He's put a. Let's hope that his hammy is in good tact. Yep, taking off for that run. He would have taken off maybe wrong-footed. Hurt his hammy back there. There's nothing he can do about it but just try to just walk it out. Walk it out.
What do you say?
Well, we're waiting, and Rohan is in a spot of bother, trying to gather something here. Seems as if his left leg hamstring must have gotten pulled a little bit there, taking off for that quick one. Got himself into a tangle. Skipper Samit is going very close to the boundary to find out what's happening. Don't think we want to go anywhere near that field.
So we're back with the cricket. Rohan White is ready, ball into the offside. This time Saad Lavai can score, so we're back with the cricket. Ivor Henry and Rohan White, he's ready for another challenge.
Yes, well, he's had some challenges there with his left leg. Seems as if his hamstring wanted to just get in the way. But he's a brave man. He decided he's going to stay on. Took quite a while before they decided that he should bat again. He was getting to borderline whether he should go off or continue his innings.
Yeah, when you look at 156 still to come, you, you quickly will have to tell him, stay, we need you today.
That's right.
I'm
No,
pretty
yeah.
sure if it was a smaller total into the onside this time from Lavai, and he picks up one, I'm pretty sure if it was a smallish total, he probably would have afforded the luxury to come in and allow somebody else to go out, but not with 155 needed.
No, and he himself has the ambition to get runs. And I was told that he's a century maker in the local competition here, so he wants to make one on the big stage. This is a big stage, you know.
Yeah, he's already made an impression. And so he faces up to Yusuf Zazai, still looking to advance his tally of 12 wickets in the series, the most by any bowler. And White cutting and cutting well, over third man, gone for 6.
And that's Wagon Wheel is going to show he has scored most of his runs where?
Offside?
Offside. In the offside.
So both batters scoring heavily into the offside. Look at that. He was choked into a position but got out very quickly and cut well, cut high and hard.
Yes,
And they always tell you, if you're flashing and you're cutting, go hard.
So all those wickets has gone for naught with that delivery. Let's see if he's going to anger this fast bowler any. He's hitting his toes. I guess that's a sign. I'm going to bounce. When you see me hit my toes like that, I mean I'm going to come at the batter. Bowl them! Yes, Ron backed away from that one. He was expecting a bouncer. Trust me. He backed away. He really thought he was going to bounce him. He got out fox there. Picked a quick one up. Plucked middle stump out. Lenny.
Yeah, fast bowlers delight. They love to see the stumps flying, uprooted. And so a good innings comes to an end from Rohan White. Bowled Yusuf Zazai. When he walks back, I'm pretty sure would want to get a lot more, and so Rohan White is gone. Zazai goes up to 13 wickets and is 61 for 2 at the end of 8.
Yeah, I think he was thinking something else. He thought he was going to really come at him because Ali Khan would have conked him on the head earlier, but he was brave enough to carry on. And after that inning, he went on to score. Look at him backing away right there. He was backing away. He definitely was backing away. Well, I'm going to say it easy that nobody can hear me. He was running.
So Brian Gill, he was picked up a 4 for today. Walks to the middle.
Yes, he's called upon to wheel the wheeler now, so forget about that leather. What is done is done. Now it's time for you to do some heavy lifting for your team, Mr. Brian Trooper Gale. Time for you to be a real trooper.
Yeah, still Anderson to come, but the action shifts to Mohamed Saad Lavai. And let's see where he picks up his other scoring shots. We talked about his lack of the offside shot, but then he proved us wrong. And that most of his scoring opportunities came on the offside. So we'll have to wait and see as it looks like Faisal Khan. Well, not Faisal Khan. It looks like Parrot Carr. Abhishek Parakar has been given the ball. Another left-arm seamer, so they've got all types in this Lions lineup. And we also saw Faisal Khan, left-arm seamer, but here's a second left-arm seamer in the squad. Now Long way to go for them. 149 needed. Here we go. 61 for 2. Sadlavai on strike. Looking to play on the offside.
Poking one, at least. Poking in the offside. You say it's a long way to go, but it won't be long before we see the lights being turned on here. The shadows has lengthened just inches away from the pitch that we've been played on. We've gone on to the playing some of the other pitches already. It's getting very, very close to be covering this pitch, so I'm sure the lights are going to come in. This is the time between light, daylight and light when it's difficult to bat. Alicans like to bowl then.
Yeah, into the offside. And so Sadlavai, chance of coming back for 2, but the batters would have overrun that single.
Yeah, they had to put the engine on and the wheels on to get to safety. And a pick up and throw, once again, would have been interesting. We've seen so many run-outs in this tournament.
So Brian Gale, he's a local player?
Yes.
Yeah, local.
He's a trooper.
Nice.
Nickname Trooper, Brian Trooper Gale. Yes, all hails to St. Bess at this time. Champion team in their own right. He's the skipper.
So Brian Gale, we talked about already with a 4-wicket haul, but now he's come out with a bat. And if you come out with a bat, you've got a job to do with the bat.
I don't think that appeal was really made in any hopes of getting a wicket. If you can even look at it, that was touchdown outside the leg stump and hitting the batter almost in his buttocks.
So the campaign of the Lions will come to an end today, the group stage campaign. And now they'll have to wait a day off for them tomorrow. And then, of course, they head into the playoff on Friday. 2 semi-finals on Friday, the grand final on Saturday, and that's the end of the 2025 U.S. Open Premier League.
Well, don't forget the presentation, the grand presentation after the finals. And Lenny will be here for it. So Lenny, when are you leaving?
Saturday night.
No, you can't leave us now.
Oh, good shot. Good shot from Sadlavai. And it is heading up towards a straight boundary, gone for 4.
Yes, a good shot. Good shot. So Levi has been there, and he is... He's making us lick our chops, saying he was sucking up deliveries, but he might be the main man.
Yeah, earlier on when he was facing up to Abdullah Adil, struggled against Adil with the ball outside the off stump, but he has certainly proved us wrong, and now he become Mr. Dependable. Parrot car, look at that! Going towards square leg, a bit of a steer. I'll give him a benefit of a doubt that he steered it through the slip area,
Yes.
and has gone away for 4.
And that's because there's no slips. I like my slips. You must find a space somewhere. A ball cannot go everywhere. You have cover sweeper, you have third man, you still have long off, you have long on, you have deep backward square leg. You mean a ball is going to go to all of them at the same time? I can pull one and say, listen, I don't want no ball to be short to go. Oops. To go down to the deep backward square leg.
So final ball from Parrot Car. He's gone for 10, couple of 4s. We saw a more commanding shot previous to this ball that went straight down the ground. And this one, I'll give him the doubt that he
stayed it there, trust me.
yeah, he backed away to square leg and did his thing. Oh, into the hands, tough chance. And might have been also the sun in his eyes, but look at that. Goes for another boundary. And so 3 4s to end the 9th over is 75 for 2.
And Sauter's gone up to 35. Take that. That's what he's saying to Ivor Henry. Take that. I'm taking the hit, don't worry. That's another offside shot. Let's look at the wagon wheel. They say he's got 35, and he's showing us that 31 came in the offside. So he's proving me wrong again, Lenny. Well, it's cricket, lovely cricket, and this is the US Open. From time to time, we have a little fun in the come box. Here, we don't want you to fall asleep on us, but please, please, don't you dare go away. It's a triple header today, so we have another match comes up right after this one. We're in the run chase, so this is the second inning, just in case you're just joining us. The Lions batted first, and they got to 208 for the loss of 8 wickets. Therefore, add 1, plus 1. 210 is the target score. Dallas Smashers trying to get to win number 2 to make things really, really interesting here in this, the US 17th edition.
So Imran Mohadi comes into the attack. Left arm spin. And he comes in here with 8 wickets in the series. And he starts pretty well to Brian Gale, dot ball. And so 135 needed. Here is Imran. And Brian Gale looking to go into the onside, taking on the pad. Nado says, I think that's umpire Morshid
is
Kalam. Morshid Kalam. And he says not out, so a couple of good balls here from Imran.
keeper's way down the leg side and he's appealing.
Yeah, good delivery again. We've seen 3 good balls here. We'll wait and see if it came off the
Leg
came off the
bias.
came off the pad.
That's the umpire's call. He reckon it came from the pad, not the bat. The team gets the run. Right now, the team need the runs more so than the thing. Now the sun is getting low, and you can see that the batter is trying to shade his eyes. Now the sun has covered the main pitch.
Yeah, good bowling, good bowling start here from Imran. And we talked about some of the top wicket takers behind Zazai. We've got Joshi on 8, Imran on 7. Yeah, tugged into the onside. Lavai goes onside. That's the big news.
Yeah, he's showing you can score on both sides of the pitch. So he said, "What are you talking about? I'm a top order batter. I must be able to score on both sides of the pitch."
Yeah, down the leg side. So that will complete the 10th. And so after 10 is 77 for 2.
And we'll take a break.
So Parrot Car will continue. And it looks like Ivor Henry, that the Lions is too powerful, first of all, to challenge, and better yet, to beat.
Yeah, they're going to go undefeated in the preliminaries. They don't want to lose in the semis or on the big stage on Saturday. My prediction was that this is the team to beat, and I only saw them for the first time, but I just had that gut feeling. Seemed like a well-oiled machine when they played the first match. And when I saw the maul the defending champions, bowled them out, as a matter of fact. 16.5 overs, bowled them out for 93. I said, this is a good team, because you're supposed to respect the defending champions. And when they got cheaply, I said, oh boy, they're off to a good start. Oftentimes, that's what happened. The wind has picked up in the west down there. I'm sure we'll get a camera shot down at the west where the Kuwaiters are, you can see some stiff breeze.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the table, if the Lions win, if the Lion wins this game, they will go up on 10 points. Everybody knows that they've topped the table, no movement at all because the winner keeps winning. So no problems there at all. Catchers, we'll have to wait and see what they do tomorrow. They could advance. But here's where it gets interesting. If Vegas can upset New York tonight, they will go all the way here. New York might be pushed down to 4. And there goes Dallas and DC. But we'll wait. And if New York wins today, Ivor Henry, New York will shoot up to number 3. Dallas Smashes could still take the number 4 place. So all is not lost. Even if they lose this match here, they'll be hoping that New York wins and stay up there. And we'll have to see who's the 3 best team out of here. Dallas might be enjoying that. And plus, Dallas has a game tomorrow.
Yes. I think just the setting as it is now, the first 4 that you have there, I think those are the ones who are going to be in the semifinals.
So ball played into the offside by Brian Gale, and took him a while to get off the mark, but the local captain, he's off and running.
Yep, Captain St. Best in the local competition here. So he plays as the all-rounder in the team, from captain to bowler to fielder, and from captain to cook.
Yeah.
And bottle washer. You forgot the bottle washer.
Yeah, chief cook and bottle washer.
Oh, now you got it.
Well, anywhere you go, they're plenty chief. No Indian.
Ah, that is true. Oh, what was that? Missing everything. Missed the bat, missed the stumps, missed the keeper. The cleanup man is the man in the short third man area. Comes the cleanup man. So 1 by. Something off? Yeah, Gale is on strike and not sad, so we have got to switch that around.
So ball played into the onside by Brian Gale. The over comes to an end. 11 gone. It's 81 for 2.
(2005), the year cricket in North America found its spark. Central Broward wasn't just built, it was dreamed into existence. And behind that dream, one man, MAQ, a visionary, a believer, a game changer. He didn't just talk about cricket in the USA, he built its first true home. Launched in 2005, opened to the world in 2007, from the ground up to the global stage. This is where it all began. This is MAQ's legacy. This is US Open cricket.
So Imran continues, balled him. So that's the end of Brian Gale. It's 81 for 3. So Sami Sadiq will walk to the middle at the fall of Brian Gales' wicket. And so another wicket falls here. And so the captain walks to the middle, Sami Sadiq.
Yeah, 22-run partnership there has been broken. So the skipper Sami with 2 run-outs in this tournament. And he's not got into double figures yet, I don't think. Now it's time for him to play a captain's knock. The initial skipper, Raj, he's not been bowling, he's not been batting, so I don't know. Raj got himself a 50 in the Legends tournament earlier this year, right here. But we haven't seen him with bat, and he bowled a few overs. The last match he didn't bowl at all, so I don't know what's been happening to him. Must have been something.
So the action continues as the captain comes to the middle. Later on, we will see New York. And they'll take on the Vegas High Rollers.
Yep, so those guys are going to be heading in the park any minute now. Sure, they went to their hotels, get all freshened up, take a rest, to come back to try to really win 2 in a row. Took them a long time to get their first win on the back foot into the offside for a single.
Yes, Saad Lavai continues to carry the fight and continues to score into the offside.
Most of his runs come in the offside, as a matter of fact.
So one final game for the night, and when you look ahead at tomorrow, DC will take on Catchers. So if DC can win there, could make some movements with this 2 points group. And then New York will take on the Smashers. So all is not lost yet. So the 12th over, in fact, one more ball. And still a long way to go. Ivor Henry, 124 needed. Reminding you folks, they're chasing 210.
Yeah, they're planting poles.
Cutaway. Easy regulation catch. And Saad Lavai goes. It's 86 for 4.
So yeah, they're planting poles and dots. Pole dots, dots turning into wickets. And just a 3-1 partnership, not good. Not at all. 4th wicket goes. So he really got out into the offside.
Yeah, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, as Anderson, the hero of yesterday, walks to the middle. And I'm wondering, Ivor Henry, is it a tad too late?
I think so. We're into the 13th over when it starts, and the 7 overs. That's some heavy lifting. Sami is due runs. I know that his team needs it more than ever now. It's hard asks for Anderson. He's been in his pads for 20 overs. And now we're going to add another 8 if he stays to the end.
So he comes in here with them needed over 15 runs and over. And it looks like Faisal Khan will be the man with the ball, the 13th. And Faisal Khan, he's having a good day. 2 overs, none for 21. Got a 49.
Yep, out on 49.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Might not be Faisal Khan, I see. It could be Zamir Ali. We'll confirm that with our official scorer. Ali Zamir. Ali Zamir. So he hasn't been playing a whole lot with this team, and that is because they have bought.
Oh no.
They've brought a powerful team. Well, that's what happens when you haven't bowled in 4 days.
Well, he bowls a no ball, so it's a free hit. That one dropped off the pitch. Off the pitch and wide of the mark, thus the no ball. Umpire Festus.
So free hit ball, and Sami Sadiq will be the man on strike. Oh my goodness, might have been very close, very marginal. We'll take a look at that.
The umpire is saying it's a legal ball. Umpire Javid Charlie says your free hit has gone for a dot.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the last ball. Ali Zamir. Oh, that's a big strike from Sami Sadiq. And now you realize why they don't want to bowl close to his bat.
Yes, well, the free hit went away for naught.
Well, let's take a look at the, well, that's the shot that went for 6. But previous to that ball, we want to see, this is the free hit. Want to look at the free hit ball that went, I would want to think marginal, but let's see if we can pick that up. And here we go. This was a free hit ball. Oh, it's in. It's a good call from Charlie. Yeah, poking. The one outside the off stump.
Yeah, poking gets you nowhere. But then again, like yesterday we were saying, they need to get to the 100, and then it becomes easier. They're in a similar situation with Anderson not having yet faced the ball, but by then he would have faced a couple of balls, and I was saying he was warmed, and once he can get over the 100 mark, it becomes easier. Well,
yeah, I was kind of...
another wide.
Yeah, another wide here from Ali Zamir, and I talked about Ali Zamir hasn't played much, but you look at the strength here, look at that. Just outside the off stump, and this time Charlie Javid signals a wide, but, and I made this point when Anderson was batting yesterday. I was kind of, well, I'm looking for the right words, but I'll substitute surprise for the time being. Oh, that's a big shot from Sami Sadiq, and we'll only get a single, and Anderson will come in to strike. But Anderson was very calculated in his innings yesterday, and he was not shy to give his other batters opportunities for them to get a part of the action.
It worked out well in the end, because he was the informed batter and he was giving newcomers strikes, taking singles in the over, but it worked out in the end.
Yeah, it worked out. Akil Dada, remember he was batting with the likes of Akil Dada and the other batters, and yeah, it worked out well. So 9 in this over so far. Ali Zamir. To Detmar Anderson, taking on the pad. We'll wait and see.
Headed down the leg side.
And leg by could be the call coming up. So they inch their way up to the 100 figure mark. And they're just 4 runs away from that milestone.
One hit away, but they're going to need some big hits. The skipper's hit one lofty blow over long on already. He's got to make up his mind. He's got to go sooner than later.
Yeah, the required rate has gone up to almost 16 runs and over. 13 gone, it's 96 for 4.
Yeah, it's getting out of reach, I would say. 16 ones and over. with two new batters at the crease. Well, the bowler with 162 on his jersey. Don't have the team sheet. Don't need his name. We'll find out in a minute or two. This one goes through to be taken by the wicketkeeper, a dot. Anderson gets off the mark. Playing at one outside the off stump. Runs through for a single. So we're on the lights here at the Broward County Stadium. Didn't take that long. So just after 5 o'clock in our neck of the woods. Again, we want to say good evening to all of the viewers on the MAQ TV. We'll have another game after this. Sadiq is coming down. Punching into the offside and can't score. Goes to point. So Summit punching into the offside. There's a man down there, cover sweeper. Just a single. So again, they're going to have to do some big, heavy, lofty hitting sooner or later if they want to get anywhere close to 100 to 210 that is required for the win. By the look of things, it's going to be hard going. Down the leg side, I think he missed out there, but it's going to be a wide. So he has an extra ball to bowl in this over. We've seen so many extras. We've seen so many runouts. We've seen 3 centuries though, that's for sure, and a couple of half centuries. Outside the off stump, he's guiding it to third man. Sadiqi's looking for another run out. Once he would have taken. Over tours and gets Anderson another one. He goes on to 206 for 4. So the countdown is going to be on shortly. One with has gone up to almost 17. 2020 cricket still within range. We've seen 20 and 31s off one over. Sadiq is using his feet while he's coming down and he's hitting a 4 here. Splitting long on and mid wicket. Gonna need much more of those. Exactly where that came from. Let's go find him. Get him off the square. He'll have a look. Using his feet. It's a good looking 4, Lenny.
Yeah, 110. 110 on the board. So an exact 100 to win. And they've only got 36 balls with an asking rate 16.6. Dietmar Anderson on strike.
Yeah, well, they have to really cut loose. And we have to take everything off the rack. So I'm going to ask sales clerk to get their price ticketing gun, and they're going to put some green tags and everything. The green sale, clearance, everything must go. Everything must go. So let's see how we can take it from here now. I'm going to put some pep in the step of Mr. Anderson. We need a repeat of yesterday. 85 not out. If you can make 85 now, they're sure to get exactly 100 that is needed for the win. We're on the lights now as he comes in now. Imran, that is, bowls, and he's going hard at this one on the ground. Gets out to the wide long off. Quick fast and in a hurry, no chance of a second. But this brings the skipper, the hard-hitting Samit Sadiq on. He is on 20. He's got up there quickly. Just 11 deliveries took him there. He's overdue. The Nelson is on the board. You have to stand on one leg. And it's one eye, one arm, one leg. That's the Nelson. 1, 1, 1. So here we go. If you're superstitious, you have to stand on that one leg. That's what the Australians say. Outside the off stump, and he's playing with soft hands for a quick single. We have seen so many run-outs. But that's one way to get your runs over to us. So they're going to push and try to avoid dots. Is it that the skipper is trying to put the big man on strike? I would want to think so. We've seen what he can do. He did it yesterday, but today's a new day.
In that bag, that's yours.
So Anderson plays this one around the corner. They're thinking two. Would they take the arm on? Yes, no. In the end, it stays a no, Lenny.
Yeah, Anderson has gone the cautious route for the time being. Sami Sadiq at a time in which that required rate has gone up to 17. Another strong game here for the Lions. And we talked about the Lions will close their account tonight and await what awaits them on Friday.
Yeah, they're going to have a well-earned rest tomorrow. Maybe they take some shopping at the Sargos Mall. He comes in now, bowls outside the off stump, down the leg side. It's going to be 1-1 to the team, I would imagine, as leg buys. It's been signaled there by umpire Javid Charlie. So they're going to need some fence to wrap around these poles. 1-1-1. The Nelson is on the board in terms of balls bowled and giving up singles along the way with a leg by. So 1-1-1. They're going to need 4-4-4 or 6-6-6. Mark of the beast. Whatever it is, they're going to need some boundaries. The bouncing now, that's Ali. And he's going downtown, and he's going downtown and over. That's his first one. So Anderson gets into the act.
Yeah, we saw since yesterday this man can hit a long ball. And he got 85 not out yesterday. Got the smashes across the line. And take a look at this one in the slot. And when he hits them, they stay hit, gone far, gone for 6.
Yeah, they feel they're trying to just knock it in volleyball style to keep it in play. But he's went at it with hard hands. Was in danger of hurting himself. He comes in now, bowls, and this time he's down the leg side. Taken by the keeper. He must have touched the pad on the way because umpire Charlie is walking to his striker's position. What is known to be the square leg position. And we were speaking about the blue lines earlier. The two blue lines close to those sticks. Any information?
Yeah, well, the usual way was to have the outer two blue lines, as you can see on your screen. Those were guidelines to decide where the wide ball is adjudicated. Those two inner blue lines has been added because now they're trialing a system in which not every ball that goes down the leg side are automatic wides, not anymore, or at least for the tournaments that are trying. So these wide lines are a foot away from the stumps. It gives, you could bowl a ball in that area and it will not be called a wide down the leg side anymore.
Yes, and that's been going on for quite some time now. Trust me, it's not just now. Some of the playing conditions are now bringing them into play, but that's been around a long time. Trust me, the ball that's some batters used to just move in from the leg side and allow the ball to pass a foot outside the leg stump and get wide. No longer.
Correct.
And the same thing now with the batters. You now have two offsides. You see the switch hit? You start at the right-hander, and you turn to switch, and the ball goes down the original leg side. Once it does not go outside the original blue line, it is a fair delivery.
So Anderson tees off, hits this one out of the park, and he's picked up where he left off yesterday.
Yes, well, he's on the charge now. He started slowly, and now he's getting into his groove. Well, Stella got his groove back. Anderson has his groove back. And that's a long one, and more exercise here for Moshed. So Anderson, do not give up on Mr. Anderson. Sadiq is overdue as well. So Samit is on 22. Dietmar Anderson goes on to 16 from 9. He's got to wheel the willow. He need a cameo. Both of them need to go. Like I said, all green ticketed items are on the clearance rack. Everything must go.
Yeah, we saw yesterday 7 sixes off his bat. 7 sixes and 5 fours on his way to 85.
Well, he need a Chima now. Chima hit 10 sixes on his way to saying, here he goes again with another big one. Biggest one of them yet. Biggest one for the day. Almost into the stands over the long on fence. If you know the dimensions of this field, it's the longest part of the field. And he's gone big. He's a big man.
Yeah, look at this again. And that is a lot of strength, a lot of power. Bat speed, maybe the bat. It's gone a long way. Anderson with a couple of sixes.
Yep, has no pace to work with. It's spin that's on, people. I just want to understand that. He has to work his own pace. Comes in a board over the wicket and the back foot. Running the first one hard. They're thinking two, and they're going to take on the arm. Yes. Samit has been run out twice in this tournament, and he's gambling with a third. But wants to get the big man on strike. That's respect, sir. The skipper is putting the capable Anderson on strike. Oh, that's a good one. Up in the block hole. Had to come down on it quickly.
Yes, Imran Mohadi's been one of their top wicket-taking bowlers. We talked about Imran, came into this match with 7 wickets. He's picked up 2, so he's gone up to 9. And he's chasing his fellow teammates, Yusuf Zazai, who's gone up to 13.
Okay. Down the leg side, he's going to take on the single as the over comes to an end. So he keeps strike, leg buys. Team gets credit for that single. Well, it is a 136 for 4 at the end of 16, Lenny.
Yeah, essentially with 24 deliveries remaining, they need a further 73. Anderson, can he bring them close? Can he cross the line again? And take a look at the worm. The purple worm is the one that is active. The blue has already complete its journey. And so can the purple rise as they did yesterday, Ivor Henry?
Yeah, similar situation, but they're going to take some doing to get even with the blue line and then above it. But 2 capable batters are on strike and out in the middle. And again, we're on the lights. A lot of time the ball goes up on the lights. We would have seen a lot of drop catches, but they don't want to be hitting them up and away, dropping down in the field. They want to hit them up and dropping over the boundary ropes. But the undefeated team, the LA Lions, would have other ideas. They're going to keep them in check. I'm sure that's on their radar. They want to go undefeated in these preliminaries. So teams are arriving for their second match below us, off screen. It's cutting away into the offside just for the single. But Sadiq can sit and wait and become a spectator and look at Demeet Anderson do all of the work. He cannot do that. Everything must go. Needs a skipper's knock. He is on 22 from 14.
So we've seen a big partnership here. Partnership that has gone 31 so far. They were batting at 86 for 4. That's the high rollers. We talked about already with a morning win And here they are warming up for their encounter with New York Yorkers.
Good camera work there, right there. We just spoke about them beneath us, and here it is on screen for you to see them in their warm-up clothing. Their attire looks good, all decked out in black. So that's not their playing uniform, by the way. Sadiki hits one up in the air. The keeper calls for it, takes the catch. So there goes the skipper. Wicket number 5 goes with the score on 137.
So Yusuf Zazai adds another one to his tally. So he goes up to 14 wickets in the series. And we talked about 3 4-wicket hauls. And he's picked up his second. Can he get another 2? And so another wicket falls, 137 for 5.
Yeah, the skipper there was backing away and trying to get some good willow on that, and he sliced it and went up into the air. Could get no further than the wicket keeper. Took a gentle catch, soft dismissal in the end. So she has gone and has left Anderson to continue doing the heavy lifting.
So Akil Dada comes to the middle. Remember Akil Dada and that partnership yesterday? Well, here they are back at it again. And they're asked to bail the Smashers out of some big trouble. This one is a bigger one.
Yes. Trying to dethrone the Lion. And the Lion just too good. He's appealing. That must have hit the ground there. Good delivery, good first up delivery. Nothing to swing at. You just have to poke at it, try to maybe get off the mark. But they cannot wait for Anderson to do it by himself. You're going to take 2 to tango.
Yeah, you talked about the teams already in. If you look a little bit in the background, you'll see some men in yellow, and that's the New York team. We had a look at the High Rollers not too long ago, so the boys are in. And they're all awaiting the end of this one. Some minor pitch preparation, and then we'll go for the final game of the night.
Oh, this one played off the pads into the onside. Long chase there for the wide long on, but can't prevent 4. So 4, he gets off the mark with 4. It's a good looking shot.
Yeah, Akil Dada. A lovely shot into the onside. His first scoring shot. So he's off and running. Can they, when I say they, meaning Anderson and Akil Dada, pull off one of those heists that we saw yesterday?
Well, it's cricket, 2020 cricket. Anything can happen. 3 away from 150. Comes in bowls now down the leg side, and it's working it off the legs. Square leg. On the boundary comes in, just the one. 148. Asking weight of almost 20. Once he doesn't go above 36, they still has a chance. They still have a chance, Lenny.
Yeah, 21 is the ask. 21 per over.
Yes, 148 it is for 5. A target of 210. Again, we're on the lights. Alican likes to bowl on the lights. That's what he said in an interview right here. So let's see if the batters like to bat on the lights. So headgear, one's in green, one's in blue. Bouncing now, looking real energetic. And he's giving himself some room, playing it into the offside, a misfield. Not for a second, but he was thinking of pegging those sticks down. And the wicketkeeper was right up over the bail, so any good throw would have been interesting. As that over comes to an end, it's 149 for 5, Lenny.
Yeah, brings the equation down to what, about 60 to win. It's going to be tough from here. If Anderson could get some deliveries out of the park, it will really help. But asking 22 runs and over in the remaining 3 overs is going to be Extremely tough, 21 runs per over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard ask, man. This late in the evening, maybe in the morning when you got up, got a good night's rest, and you're really energized, maybe. But even though they're playing the second match, they were up in the morning. They weren't like they were just there resting, so they too are gonna be tired. As simple as it looked. But the High Rollers gonna be playing the second match of the day, and hopefully they would have been rested. But they're here trying to do their warm-ups. Going through all of their whatever they have to do to really get their mind, body, and soul ready for a second match of the day. Down the left side, Anderson is poking for a run, and he's coming back, and he will make it quite easily. That's good batting.
Yeah, he's batting with a batter that he has played with yesterday in that famous heist.
Yeah, he played for the double right there. Now they're changing feelers. Thought that the square leg was a bit slow getting in, so they're moving him to fine leg. So let's see if they're going to pick him out now, Anderson. They're going to play one round the corner to him and run another 2 or get a 4, better yet. Well, Abhishek with his left arm over the wicket. He's making room and trying to be cheeky to get it down where the vacant slip is open. But a dot goes into the scorer's book. 151 comes up.
Yes, 3 seamers, 3 quality seamers here for the LA Lions. Paratkar bowling here. We saw Ali Zamir and Faisal Khan. Not too often you'll see teams playing 3 left-arm seamer.
Well, gotta be started somewhere. And if, like umpire Delroy Lynn told me one time, if your best free bowlers are left-armers, you pick them. Nothing to do. Because if your best batters are right-handers, you're going to pick them all.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Ali Zamir, he's been part of the squad. Didn't play a whole lot because how well the team has done. When I spoke to the captain at the toss, he told me that they're making 2 changes and they just want to get some other players some playing time. And I think that's where Ali Zamir came in. And he hasn't bowled really that bad. Ali Zamir is, let's see what he's done. 2 overs, no made, none for 20 actually. So we'll have to wait and see if he gets another selection in the playoff.
Okay, well, he goes over the wicket now, bowls, and this time he's going between the batter and the leg stump. Taken there by the keeper, not a wide because he was passing in front of the batter on the down the leg side, but taken knocked on there by the keeper. So we're saying that it's clearance and everything must go, but nothing is going. They're still on the rack for the last 2 balls. So we had a wicket, 6 and a boundary. Just the 2 boundaries there. We're gonna need more. They're gonna need to put some highlighters there in those 6s and 4s. He's trying, going downtown, but just for the 1. This bring Anderson a strike. They're gonna need another boundary. Which one of these bowlers do you think they're gonna target to get a 20 out of it?
Well, actually, they got to target everyone.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a choice now.
There you go. There you go. Good answer. Good answer.
Every man is a suspect.
Good answer. Because you getting 20, the next over you still have to go and get 20.
Correct.
You're on the ball, Lenny. I keep saying Denny. I had a brother by the name of Denny. And this is going to be wides. So 5. Welcome 5, ain't it? I would think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how they come. Extras, they add to your tally. It's all part of the game. And as in this instance, will have to be rebowled, so an extra ball for you.
Yes, give Anderson a chance to have a swing. So this has been a good over so far. So 18 is from this one so far. They're just keeping pace. 21. The next over, they have to get another 20. But they have to keep going. They have to keep going. Outside the off stump, he's guiding it. And the tumbling save down on the boundary. No, did it? No, I think it went for 4. See, he have the deft touch as well. Anderson. And that's an over in which required over 20 and they got it.
Yeah, another good shot from Detmar Anderson. He's such a big talent. He can hit the ball out of the park. He can hit them across the rope. And able to find the gap. So they need 50. What they need? 50? In fact, they need 46 from 12 balls.
Well, 23 runs and over. And Anderson has gone to... This one is played into the offside for a single.
So we come down to 164 on the board. And so they need about 46 from the remaining 11 balls. Oh, catch! In the short backward square area, he was all planted there, and he took a very low catch. That's well done. 6 wicket gone. So another wicket falls here. And the big wicket of Detmar Anderson goes 6 down for 165.
Yeah, so there goes the hopes of getting to 210 with the big man gone now. We have here for 35.
Azaz. So Azaz, Yusuf Zai comes to the middle.
Yeah, that's Azaz with the I in front, so you might want to know why it is saying Azaz, where it's pronounced Azaz. We were corrected earlier in the day. And he bounces it now, and down the leg side, he's going to get one for the team, perhaps extras. Yes, there it is. Umpire Charlie in the approved manner, turning sideways and giving his signal, sending it up. In the approved fashion, Charlie, they are looking at you. The leg that is closest to the scorer, that's the one you turn to, and he would have done just that. Side on. So again, we're under lights here. This tournament, 17th edition, they're getting one. They're running the first one quickly. They're going to be taking on the arm of the batter. Not a good throw. But we've seen so many runouts here in this tournament. Touchdown, and decides he's going to run the second one. So here it comes, here it comes. So he needed a direct hit to make it interesting. He came to the keeper, he got it, and tried to backhand it under his legs or where have you to get it into the sticks, but he missed. No damage done. This time he's pulling this one, goes into the, he tried to pull, but he went into the offside. Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, what in the world is going on here? Loud appeal for one out. By Moshe said he is in. So play continues. It's bouncing off this long one. Bowled him and knocked him over. Lights, camera, action. Center pole is out of the stumps. Out of the ground. My word. Wicket number 7 goes. All right, well, what do we know? This innings coming to a close. This is going to be the penultimate over. So 19 overs. Done and dusted. Last over 2 wickets. When the big fish would have left and gone, Anderson, all hopes probably died. But it was asking for over 20 and over. It's not going to happen anytime in this competition. 20 and over in the 17th over, not going to happen. Maybe 21 in the last over. And there it is, lights again, another wicket has fallen. And that makes it number 8. So, 169 for 8. So, 2 wickets falling with the score on the same score, 169. My word. They're in danger of being bowled out. This is the 20th over. So what do we know? 210 seems to be a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. Mathematically, way too much. Cannot be done. So was an interesting game. I dare say that. It was an interesting game. Again, we're under lights here at the Broward County Stadium, an ICC approved venue. We've seen many, many matches here. West Indies, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan. The big boys have all been here. We yet to see England and Australia. Need to get them over here. This time he's poking at one outside the off stump. So 8 down. Looking to knock them over. This team accustomed knocking teams over to getting all 10 wickets. As a matter of fact, they started their preliminaries that way when they knocked over the Chicago catchers for 93, taking all of their 10 wickets in 16.5 overs. Now they're here with 2 more wickets to go with 4 legal deliveries left. It can be done. This time he's coming forward with a dot. So I guess he's just going to block his way out. And this is going to be a big win Going to win by quite a margin. Want to apologize for the score sometimes. There's a glitch in the system and it keeps the score jumping, so it's not as accurate as it should be, to be honest with you. So we're going to let you folks know that who are viewing. But the fact of the matter is that the LA Lions are going to win this one here. Nice and easy. They're going to try to work on the score. This one is played gently into the offside, just for the single. So it's just about over. We can see land now, touching distance, 2 legal delivery. Left. So this is a well-oiled machine, the LA Lions. And they're true to form with their name and their performances. They're roaring. They've roared from the very opening match. This is the last of their preliminaries. And they're going to win it on a canter. And going to have a well-deserved rest tomorrow and be prepared for their semi-final game on Friday. The curtain comes down on a Saturday. He's driving this one into the offside, taking just the one. Game, set, and match. Innings over. 172 for 8. Well, we're going to have a third match, so they're going to be having the coin toss and all that good stuff shortly. Handshakes will be going up outside on the field of play, and we'll be back for the third match of this, the 5th day of this tournament.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let MAQ Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, MAQ Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan